Y'all know who it is, man. The Dolphins D, we already in here. Ready to turn up this year. We gon' get it.
To Hard Rock Stadium.
We gon' defend. We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad. We gon' defend. We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad. We got the whole squad with me now. Train to go. Come play games if you want to. Try to crash eyes, you done took the wrong route. We gon' crash you like a stunt dude. Check y'all like 1, 2. Tap your head like your uncle. You wanna ride, stay buckle. It get loud down here, get wild down here. Time to feel the jungle. Never disrespect the squad that's defended by a line. And some beasts on the feast on the opposition. Another line in the back, singing to the ER. Just in case you got through the first line with tripping. But if for some reason it get crazy, I got watchers on the corner for my safety. Everybody here well coached. Change the weather under pressure, stay cool like an AC. Woo! But we still make heat. Woo! Was you trying to play me? We be 3+ AD, but I'm a fool so low. Can't never break me. Be great, only way to do great things. Hit hard, only way to make a statement. Come up in our territory, make a payment. Or be in debt with your neck. Gotta we gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad. We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad. Yeah.
I hit them boys. We throw them toys. Y'all saying that QB? We them boys. We the realest. We go gorillas. We out here, homie. You gon' feel us. Don't make me come down. In that box. Like I'm red. I'll knock your socks. Won't play y'all boys. Cause we some bullies. We'll take your cookies. Cause y'all some rookies. I'm in the building. Me and Shot Jones. We do lane. We don't play zone. We play that man. So guard your hand. I see your eyes. You're scared,
we
man.
We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad. We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad. Yeah.
Emmanuel Ogba, part of the Buffet Boys. Shout out Solo D. Shout out to DWA. Let's eat.
Yo, Solo. You know they been saying you gotta make a hit squad part 2. But you know, man, we hungry this time, man. We gotta eat this time. Back in the beast mode. AMC was trying to rap up the East Coast. Take shots, fall back, then reload. Get the powder time to slap up these foes. Anytime we hit the field, then we must play. And these boys going hard, man, I must say. Trying to stay on one route like the busway. Trying to eat teams up like a buffet. Eat the offense like a buffet. Eat the quarterback like a buffet. Eat the running back like a buffet. Eat the wide receiver like a buffet. Eat the whole line like a buffet. Eat the coach up like a buffet. Eat the fan base like a buffet. Stand one route like the busway. I say and not quote. Go harder, go home is the motto. A pick or a sack is the lotto. Let's cook them like Emerald Lagasso. My bad, Lagasse. He going south, that is not me. Hungry for greatness, so I eat. Stay in my zone like a Bob B. Jumping off the edge like E and Shaq. Straight pressure, never easing back. Protection on the way you gon' get wins. Split through the middle like Wilkins. Got some backers on the back that's gon' back me up. Straight action, we be acting up. Tell Coach Drop his best plan, but it still get snatched by X-Man. Cause we back in the beast mode. AFC, we tryna rap up the East Coast. Take shots, fall back, then reload. Get the powder time to slap up these foes. Anytime we hit the field, then we must play. And these boys going hard, man, I must say. Try to stay on one route like the busway. Trying to eat teams up like a buffet. Eat the offense like a buffet. Eat the quarterback like a buffet. Eat the running back like a buffet. Eat the wide receiver like a buffet. Eat the O-line like a buffet. Eat the coach up like a buffet. Eat the fan base like a buffet. Eat that one round like a buffet.
Eating like a buffet, it be a long day. We ain't gon' play. Get them boys green, no subway. Pick the ball off X and BJ. I don't care about what he and she say. That's nonsense. Check the replay. I work overnight and it's early morning, but I'm turned up cause it's game day. They don't really want it with your boy. O-line really get destroyed. Ex-Patriot, Cal Van Noy. Put him on his butt, hurt everyone. What's a grown man to a boy? Jim him at the line, dare you to throw it. Disciplined coach Brian Flores. Never getting rattled to the boys. Fans better pay attention, even social distance. I got a witness and you know we blitzing, but mind your business. Christian Wilkins on the line of scrimmage. Far from timid, push it to the limit, rev the engine. You know we gotta get it, Nick Needle. You know we gonna pick it, bang, get it. Take it to the business. Fins up till my life is finished. Say it with my chest cause I meant it. A lie, no why, I admit it. New era, yeah, our division. A win streak, we just keep on winning. So I lose, tell them suck a limit. Bills with the Jets in the New England. Miami talk dogs where you hear me.
Back in the beast mode. AFC, we tryna rap up the East Coast. Take shots, fall back, then reload. Get the powder time to slap up these foes. Anytime we hit the field, then we must play. And these boys going hard, man, I must say. Try to stay on one route like the busway. Trying to eat teams up like a buffet. Eat the offense like a buffet. Eat the quarterback like a buffet. Eat the running back like a buffet. Eat the wide receiver like a buffet. Eat the O-line like a buffet. Eat the coach up like a buffet. Eat the fan base like a buffet. Stay on one route like the busway.
So low, so low, so low, deep. So low, so low, so low, deep.
Know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column. Whole squad been trained to go. Fence for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just to welcome bro. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. My intuition told me this. To trust the coach, he holds the gift. He knowing when to go with fits. So we knowing when to switch. This year we got the golden pick. Time to see what that pick about. Bad vibes get sent out. Only fans up in this house. We been waiting, yeah, we been patient. Now it's time to cash out, no discount. Super Bowl, yeah, we en route. I don't know when, but it's close. I don't want to overhype, but I just know I like it. So excited, you gon' notice now. You should notarize it. They say tour from that rock. Shout out to Samoa and Islands. Time to lay the smack down. You think he Dwayne Johnson. Time to be the people's champ. Hit him with the people's elbows. Stick together like it's Velcro. You think you could stop us? Hell no, all day I dream about sports. I think I need some shadows. Custom with some darkest colors. Just to let them know we here. Yeah. I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column. Whole squad been trained to go. Fence for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just to welcome bro. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time.
To a time, to a time. Really hope he the man. Hope we found us a gem. Like the Heat found Bam. Wanna take time to thank Fitz, cause he put on the show. But the young man up, in the whole city know. Time to catch all the blessings. Cash out on the investment. Ball out, don't choke. Fins want all the smoke. Chris Gregg gave hope. Coach flow like spoke. Dan Marino still the GOAT, but to a man on go. Watch to a man throw. Watch to a man scope. Watch to a man distribute that we never ever seen before. Fans up, let's win. Boy, I'm ready for a ring. Maybe 3, 4, 5, 6. It's damn week, use 10.
I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter collar. Whole squad been trained to go. Vince for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just to welcome bro. Who that? To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time.
So low, so low, so low, deep. So low, so low, so low, deep.
Hey guys, I'm Danny Johnson, CEO at TPP, the Positive Porpoise.
I'm Jason Miller from Fins Up SoCal Fan Club.
I'm Scott Howell from Atlanta DolFan Club.
Mark Angelo, NorCal DolFan Club.
You're listening to Clock Blockers, Miami fans' #1 morning show.
Run it, 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 run it.
Now what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Stephen D, on the #1 Miami fan morning show. I'm talking about Clock Blockers, baby. How's everybody doing today? I hope y'all are doing good. I am super excited to see y'all, and y'all want to know why? Because it's Thursday, baby. And look, it was an amazing night last night. We're going to have an amazing morning this morning. I got a lot of stuff I want to unpack, a lot of stuff that's on my mind. I don't know if I'm going to make some of you mad this morning or not. So I hope you got your coffee ready, you got your popcorn ready, because it's going to get a little interesting this morning. Look, there's a lot of things I want to talk about. And, you know, first and foremost, though, always have to go with the housekeeping stuff. Got to make sure I clean up a little bit, right? So first things first, if you haven't hit that like button already, I need you to go hit that like button right now. Not even playing with y'all. Hit it, smack it, tap it, whatever you got to do, do it. The other thing I need you guys to do is share this. Right now, hit the share button. Go share it on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. I need you guys to go do that. The only way we grow is with your help, right? And so I need you guys to take this link in YouTube, go share it, and go share it everywhere and anywhere that you can. The other thing I need you to do, if you haven't done so already, is hit the subscribe button. If you're not subscribed to our channel, subscribing to our channel, you'll always be able to see all the fresh and latest content that is coming out. When you guys hit subscribe, you also see a little bell. Make sure you hit that bell and turn on your alerts. So that way you'll get alerted anytime there's up and new content coming out for Miami sports music. For example, new content was last night. I'm talking about Hellfins, the premiere episode of the Spanish-speaking podcast, debuted last night. It was absolutely amazing. If you did not get a chance to check it out, I don't know what's wrong with you, because it was so awesome. It was kind of a surreal moment last night. One of the things that I wanted to do in creating a podcast network was have a Spanish-speaking podcast dedicated to the Miami Dolphins. And so for me, that happened, and was super excited about it. So I really, really want you guys to be able to look at everything and see that this is a big deal, having a Spanish-speaking podcast that's dedicated to the Dolphins. So look, I was super excited for that this morning, and I hope you guys enjoy it very, very much. I know that the content was great, even though I couldn't understand half of what they were saying. But I think you guys will enjoy the content very, very much. So make sure you guys go check out the latest and fresh new episode I am talking about Hellfin. So make sure you guys go check that out again. Okay. Now, without further ado, let's keep it moving. If you guys want to sign up and join and become a member this morning, what I want to see you guys is Miami Football Talk, Big Time, A-Rod, Chef Zhu, Estefan. Guys, get in the chat box right now, and I want you guys to, tell these people what they need to be doing, right? Tell these people, hello, good morning, what's going on. Can't do it without you. So, make sure you guys go check that out. And please, go do that because I want to see other people see that being part of the member, being part of the Finlaws here on Miami Sports Music is a big deal. It looks like we're having a little bit of trouble with the internet connection this morning. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's that's how life works on the internet sometimes. So, guys, make sure you guys go check that out. It's pretty awesome, and want you guys to go do that. So, if you guys want to sign up and become a member, just like the rest of these awesome people, you'll get to see, the emojis and stuff like that. And it's really, really cool. So make sure you guys sign up, become a member today. It's awesome. And you get exclusive perks and access to early content. And you know what else you get? For example, tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are doing a DolFan Chat roundtable. Okay. And in the DolFan Chat roundtable, we're going to have people like K Flexin, TD Fins Talk, Wade from What Would Shula Do. We're even going to have Reason from Finside the NFL. We're going to have all the guys from last night's show, Hell Fins. We're going to try to have Jamie Bahamas on. We're even to see if Dudley Duron can get on for a few later on in the show. But it's going to be awesome. We're going to go around. We're going to talk about the hottest stories in the Miami Dolphins offseason, as well as what people's perspective are on how this team will do in the upcoming season. So make sure you guys go check that out. That'll be live tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, U.S. If you guys, want to be able to see the different things that have happened, what I want you guys to obviously do is check it out from the standpoint of I'm sorry. I'm a little flustered this morning. It's been a little crazy this morning. Been dealing with a lot of different things. But what I want you guys to be able to do is in the chat box that you guys see all the time, you will see a really cool chat box that you guys can talk, which you guys do all the time, right? So what I want you guys to do is be able to go check that chat box out. You'll see that it's open up to the public on this show, right? Tonight's show is only going to be open up for members only, the chat box. Everybody will be able to watch, but if you want to interact and chat with us, you need to be a member. So make sure you have signed up to become a member. That is the only way you're going to be able to chat with us tonight on that show. So make sure you guys do that, okay? That's first and foremost, okay? Next thing is if you guys want to donate to the channel and help the channel grow, there's a lot of different things we're trying to produce and do here. So when you guys donate to the channel, it's a big deal. It helps the channel grow. And there's just a lot of different things we want to do. And so I'm going to take a swig of water here. Yeah, there's a lot of different things we want to be able to do. And part of them, and one of them is to be able to help fans like you get better and more content. So, look, when you donate to the channel, it's a big deal. It definitely is something we want to do. Big Time says, become a member of the Clack Block. Don't be scared. We don't bite. Miami Football Talk Growing Podcast. Guys, tonight at 9 p.m., there's a roundtable, and you can only chat with us if you are a member. This roundtable is going to be epic. You don't want to miss up. Sign up now and become part of the fastest growing podcast on YouTube. I agree. What the guys said. Totally agree. Good morning to Danny Johnson from TPP. Good morning, my Finlaw brother. Just want to say hello to you, as well as A-Rod and Big Time and Corrupted AIM. It's awesome. Manalo, Vicken, Big Dan. A lot of cool people in the building this morning. So let's make that happen. Vic, Miami Football Talk said, you're not a member yet, Vic? That's all right, man. We'll get all of them. They'll be on. They'll be on soon. Yeah, if you guys want to donate to the channel, you guys can do that through PayPal or Cash App, or you guys can also do that through the Super Chat. So make sure you guys do that tonight or today. I want to hear your questions. Use the hashtags below, DolFan Chat as well as Clock Blockers. A lot of cool things I want to obviously talk about. All right. So I think I got all the housekeeping stuff out of the way. So let's, without further ado, let's, kind of get ready to talk about what we're going to talk about on today's show, right? Right? All right, let's go. All right, today's I got two big things I really want to talk about. First thing I'll get to here in a second, but the second thing, the DolFan Chat of the day and the question of the day in DolFan Chat is, who are your top 5 Miami Dolphins? Who is your top 5 players in Miami Dolphins history? I want to know that. Put that in the chat. We're going to talk about that. That's going to be a big thing this morning. But without further ado, I want to talk about what's on the left side here. Naomi Osaka. This is where I'm about to kind of unleash my brain and go a little bit crazy. Estefan, yes, Olympics play started yesterday. I was doing that. It's awesome. And all right, let's see here. Yeah, so Naomi Osaka is a tennis player, for those of you who don't know. Okay, she's a tennis player, and she's very young. She's taking over the tennis world by storm. She's already won a couple of big competitions. And in Wimbledon earlier this year, she withdrew. On account, basically stating that, it was turned into the media that, hey, she didn't want to deal with the media. And there's a statement of truth in there, right? But she also deals with severe anxiety and severe depression. And she has, she doesn't do well with people and public situations all the time. But that doesn't mean she's not human, and that doesn't mean she doesn't have moments where she does great in public, right? So in this particular scenario, she decided that I need to step back, kind of get myself together. I'm not prepared mentally to be able to deal with the media in this competition, right? So she does that, and what ends up happening is there's a media backlash. And I talked about this on the show before, but there was a media backlash because, you're a professional player. Part of your job is dealing with the media. If you can't handle it, why are you doing this? Blah, 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 blah. I understand that these people are professionals. I understand that Naomi Osaka is a professional tennis player, and part of that is dealing with media. I understand that, but that doesn't give the media right to be assholes, which they have been. And it doesn't give the media the right, or anybody the right, to be able to say, hey, look, this woman, I need people to understand a couple things. Severe depression and anxiety is a real thing. I deal with it. You see me on here every morning doing this with you guys, right? I battle depression and anxiety, and it is one of the biggest pain in the butts you'll ever understand if you don't understand it. It sucks. There's days where I have good days, and there's days where I have bad days. Today's not been the greatest day so far opening up this morning. I'm being real with you. I'm going to be transparent with you guys. And it can be triggered by a number of things. But it's always, it's something that I don't know if people took for real back in the day, or people even today don't really trust or understand. But when somebody tells me they have a problem with anxiety or depression, I look at that as just as a bigger problem as, suicide and, drug use. And somebody tells me they have cancer. I think we need to put it on that level, people. Severe anxiety and severe depression can lead to suicide. It can lead to just really bad, situations. And, my handles SKPL, spread kindness, positivity, and love. And it's always been like that. Always. And I always try to do what's best for somebody else before it's for me. But there's times that I have to worry about Stephen D, and I have to put Stephen D first, right? And sometimes that can be looked at as selfish, and that's fine. That's the reality of what it is. There's times that I just want to shut off the rest of the world and be like, guys, I need the rest of the day. I need time for myself. And it's A-Rod said it right. Mental health and physical health, we have to stop ranking them. 100%. So I'm going to get into why I'm really pissed off here in a minute. So she deals with this. She withdraws. There's a big media backlash. And then there ends up being ton of support in the Twitterverse and everywhere else, right? It's something that at the end of the day, what you have to realize is that people are going to make decisions on what's best for them, not what's best for you. And the media is not always fair, and they can be very critical, and that's part of their job sometimes. But their job is to not be assholes. So you have to respect when somebody makes a decision about their mental health and themselves. Now, let's fast forward. I say fast forward because what ends up being the case, as you can see on the left here, is that's a Sports Illustrated issue. Naomi Osaka just became on the cover of the swimsuit edition for Sports Illustrated. And the media in the last 48 hours has been relentless on her. Relentless. Basically stating there have been people, and I'm going to name names, and I'm going to call some people out. Megyn Kelly. What did she say? I want to be able to get exactly what they say. Because it's really ridiculous. Megyn Kelly, who's the guy from across the pond over at oh man, I can't think of it. I can't think of his name off top. Piers Morgan. A few of those other people. Big name people in media and in the world. And they pretty much bashed her on social media, talking about, oh, she doesn't have real anxiety. Why would you do a swimsuit cover? If you can't play in a tournament, why are you doing a swim set cover? Bro, I want to smack the hell out of Megyn Kelly and Piers Morgan. And I know that's not the politically correct thing to say. But I don't care at this moment. I'm so pissed off. And I need people to understand that just because you can say something and just because you have a platform to say something doesn't mean you should say something. Understand that these swimsuit things are shot a year in advance. 1 year in advance. 1 year in advance. So she shot this a year ago. It gets dropped now. And because she doesn't want to play tennis at the moment because of her anxiety, you're asking her what? Are you kidding me? First of all, understand how long it takes to put something like that together. It's not like she shot that in the last couple of weeks. She shot that a year ago. That swimsuit cover was done a year ago. And for you to call somebody out on their own mental health and accuse them and bash them for it, how dare you? Piers Morgan and Megyn Kelly both. How dare you both? Because both of you in the media have done crap that far exceed anything she's ever been even accused of. And it's ridiculous. Let he without sin cast the first stone. Piers Morgan and Megyn Kelly, I'm telling you right now, both of you two have a long list for you to be opening and running your damn mouths. Yeah, I'm a little heat up this morning, guys. I'm a little hot. I'm a little hot. I'm telling you, reading it yesterday got under my skin. And I don't let too many things get under my skin. I don't. I usually have a pretty good idea of how I need to control myself and calm myself. And let me say, Piers Morgan and Megyn Kelly don't need to be smacked, but they need to be hit with a big reality check. A big reality check. There is nothing wrong this girl has done. Nothing. I mean, she had to go defend herself on Twitter to these people. She didn't have to, but she did. Because the media is relentless. They're relentless. One of the reasons I started this podcast network was not because I wanted to do a morning show every day. It wasn't. One of the reasons I started this podcast network was to give people a platform to be able to say exactly what the hell's going on in the world. Especially in the world of sports, where everything's been politically charged and things get set out of context and just a lot of different things. Naomi Osaka is a professional tennis player. But aside from that, she is no different from you or me. None. She's not. She's no different. And just because you're famous, that doesn't change the fact that those people deal with depression and anxiety and suicidal thoughts. And a million and a list of other things. It doesn't stop them from that. And everybody's like, well, she's a big girl. She can defend herself. Why are you even approaching this? This has nothing to do with Miami sports. It has everything to do with Miami sports. It has to do with sports. It has to do with people. And that's what I'm about. And you're right, Duke. The mainstream media does suck. They suck bad, man. Naomi Osaka, I understand I'm not a big show, but if you ever want to come on any platform of mine and talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about, you have a home here to be able to do that. And Megyn Kelly and Piers Morgan and the rest of you ding-dong bats, and I'm trying to be politically correct, I guess. How dare you? You want to criticize her about her playing style? Go ahead. That's fair game. You want to criticize her on maybe an outfit she chose to wear? I'll even give you that. I don't like it, but I'll give it to you. But for you to sit there and accuse her of not having real problems with anxiety and depression because she shot a swimsuit photo shoot? Are you kidding me? How dare you? People like Megyn Kelly and Piers Morgan need all of us, the moment they screw up, which happens a lot, to call them out on that bullshit. We need to call them out on it. I said it. Not afraid of it. Here for the heat. I know I'm a nobody. I get that. And I'm okay with that. But I have a platform and I'm going to use it, damn it. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you can change the channel. Don't care at the moment. Don't care one flying you know what. We need people to understand that anxiety and depression is a real thing. And if it's not addressed as something that is becoming an epidemic in our culture, we're going to see the suicide rates go up. We're going to see the addiction rate go up. We're going to see a lot of hurt people, because that's what hurt people do. Hurt people. So I'm sure that Megyn Kelly and Piers Morgan have something in their past where they were hurt, and so they're lashing out to hurt other people because there's some flaw in them that by talking about somebody else in a negative way makes them feel better. I don't whew. I don't know what to say other than it pissed me the hell off. You know, Yahoo Entertainment basically said, you know, Megyn Kelly, or excuse me. Let's see here. I'm sorry. Everyday Podcast, the People Everyday Podcast, Megyn Kelly told the host there that she thought was bullying since Osaka did, or excuse me. See, I'm reading this wrong. That's all right, though. Kelly took a dig at a number of times the athlete has appeared in magazines since, citing efforts to preserve her mental health as the reason behind her decision to skip interviews at the French Open. And so Osaka obviously said, well, first of all, we did that shoot back in December of 2020, adding that Osaka had shot her swimsuit cover months before going public about her struggles with social anxiety. The editor went on to explain why she called out Kelly on her own Instagram story. It's such bullying and it's so unnecessary, and this woman did nothing wrong. I'm like, you know what? You're journalists. How about you do your job and you fact check instead of jumping all over this woman for attention? That's the other thing, too. They're just trying to get clickbaits. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to get clickbaits. I've done this show now for what? What is this? Episode number 54? 53 or 54. Okay. 54. This is episode number 54. And I do not believe that I have done any clickbait to you guys in 54 episodes. I could be wrong. But when I put something in a status, like in a title, it's because it's real. It's because I'm really going to talk about that shit. Guys, I'm sorry for cussing this morning. I'm just not in a good place. Not in a good place. And people like Megyn Kelly and Piers Morgan, they have to be called out on this. They have to be called out on this. Because who's going to call them out? Nobody. Nobody is. What happens when somebody is able to do something without any repercussions? They keep doing it. Because they're above the law. They're above the code. They're above the whatever. How often do you guys see me talk about rumors up here? Do I have sources? No. I'm not saying I won't one day. I'm just that's where we got to get. We got to get to a point in society where we need to realize that we have to hold people accountable for their actions with a loving hand, not with a hurt one. So again, I need to make a retraction of my earlier statement. Piers Morgan and Megyn Kelly do not need to be slapped for what they said. They do need to be held accountable. They do need to be held accountable. You can't just go out bashing somebody because you don't like something. Especially, and everybody's going to talk about, well, freedom of speech. It's not about freedom of speech. It's about being kind. Just because you have the right to say something doesn't mean you should say it. Just because you have a platform to say something doesn't mean you should spit out fiction and something that you obviously didn't go to the source. Obviously, you did not in any way, shape, or form fact check it for yourself. It would have been an easy phone call for Piers Morgan or Megyn Kelly to call up and say, hey, Sports Illustrated, when did you guys shoot that swimsuit cover? Oh, December of 2020? Great. And even if she shot it 2 weeks ago, that's her right. You think she should be depressed from the time she was in here, at the French Open months ago to now? I don't think so. That'd be a pretty shitty way to live a life, to be depressed that long. Right or wrong? I don't know. Guys. I just it's been a crazy morning already, and it's been a rough one. And so this really got under my skin, guys. I'd love to hear from you guys. I wasn't even paying attention a lot to the comments. So in the comment box, if you guys want to give your 2 cents worth on what you think about the Naomi Osaka story, Megyn Kelly and Piers Morgan bashing her, among other people. They weren't the only ones. It's man. Miami Football Talk. Steven, don't apologize for being emotional about your feelings and how you feel about something. Don't ever apologize for that. I'm apologizing to you guys because this is a sports talk morning show, and I try to keep it. I try to keep the politics out. I do, but sometimes I just think that you have to kind of get it in there, and that's kind of where I'm at. Stephen D, bless your heart for standing up for sick people. Hey man, I'm one of those sick people. I'm one of those sick people. I think people need to understand that your words can hurt. Words hurt, man. And they hurt bad if you say the wrong thing. And so it's I appreciate you guys saying that, I'm not doing it, to get attention or anything. I'm saying it because it needs to be said. Depression is the first step to people killing themselves. It definitely plays a role in it, Bones. You're not wrong about that. It's not politics. It's sports and media. It's fair game. Dolphin Don, I think MK and PM, Megyn Kelly and Piers Morgan are guilty for putting a narrative ahead of a human. It's deplorable and needs to be called out. Salute to you, brother. It does, man. It does. I was told by a friend to kind of think twice about today's episode and how far I go deep into the trenches. And sometimes I put my feelings out on. If you follow me on social media, you'll see that I put my feelings out up there. In fact, I'll give you an excerpt of one of my posts this past week. Let's see here. On Facebook this week. Okay. On Monday. I wrote this on Monday. Okay. So bear with me. I'm reading directly from Facebook. Okay. And I think we all need to do a better job of doing this. So bear with me while I read this. Tell me your thoughts. If you agree with me or disagree with me. If you tell me to shut the hell up and start talking sports, I will. But I feel like I need to say it just because of the conversation. A really good friend, and this is a quote, okay? A really good friend tonight told me not to express my personal feelings on social media. The reality is today was a pretty crappy day. It is hard chasing a dream, especially when your dream involves other people, and sometimes those people don't have the same dreams you have. That's okay. It really is. It sucks that it doesn't line up with what the plan might have been in my head. But a true friend knows that sometimes it's not always about me, and I have to live with that and be okay with that. Earlier I was sitting alone thinking about what I can do to make today better. How can I feel better? I reached out to friends, didn't necessarily feel better. I talked to my kids, felt a little bit better, but I was still down in the dumps. I sat in the presence of my wonderful wife. I even went to food and alcohol. Nothing made me feel better. But I thought about my friend texting me earlier when I was frustrated, angry, and upset, and I thought about him saying to take down a post about me being sad, angry, and frustrated. The reality is we live in a world where most people put on a show, pretend that their lives are wonderful. We take pictures and tag posts of all the good things that we do, but we don't ever talk about the hard times and the tough times. And when we do, It's to ask for prayer or say that a loved one or somebody that we know is sick or dying. And there's nothing wrong with asking for prayer. I strongly encourage it. And there's nothing wrong in asking for comfort in a time of need. But every day we all wake up and we have to figure out how we can make today a great day, a day that we can live with and one that will get us to the next one. I want to be successful in all aspects of my life as a husband, a father, a business owner, a sports talk show host, a boss, etc. I want to create something that's bigger than myself. I want to help people with their hurts, habits, and hangups. I want to chase a passion in the podcast industry and make changes that result in positive change. There's a lot of things I want to do and say, and I once heard that everything great and good comes on the aftermath of hard and difficult. I'll repeat that again. Everything great and good comes on the aftermath of hard and difficult. It's a matter of how you get through those hard and difficult situations that determine on our ultimate success. Sometimes we make the right choices on how we deal with them, and sometimes we don't. But no matter what tomorrow's going to bring, the sun's going to come up again, and I have to get ready for another morning show. The reality is I can't fail. I have to work hard. I have to chase this dream because I have to succeed. Today was a bad day, but when tomorrow morning comes, I can't let yesterday's problems be today's issues. Yesterday's in the past, today is a new day, and ultimately my success depends on my actions and my attitude. So I can choose to be kind, which I try to do every single day of my life. I can choose to be a positive leader and choose to have a smile on my face. I can choose to make the right choices about my hurts, habits, and hangups. And I can choose how I deal with my emotions. I can do a lot of things, and sometimes I'll be good at them and sometimes I won't be. But I know that if I sit with my thoughts, prayers, and use the list of things that I stated above to reach out, that I can do everything in my power to make sure that one of those work. It's about having a game plan and then executing that game plan to be successful. I want everybody to know that I love them and that you want me and that you want me in the world and that you mean everything in the world to me and that I'm going to be successful. But more importantly, I'm going to be a good friend, husband, father, associate, boss, child of God, and so on and so forth. Hashtag spread kindness. So yeah, guys, follow me on social media at Stephen D SKPL. Shameless plug there. Whew. You know, it's a big deal. It is a big deal what I'm trying to spread over here, and that's kindness, positivity, and love. And the reality is it's not always like that. And to go back to the Naomi Osaka situation, think about everything that is going on with her. The world is attacking her for no reason, for her flaws, for her hurts, habits, and hangups, for her depression, for her anxiety. She just wants to play tennis, and she's good at it. She's damn good at it. And yeah, it just, we need to do a better job of defending people like her and putting a shield around her and people like her and each other. Because, here's the thing. I have flaws. I have kink in my armor. But if I have somebody else there with me to help deflect the BS and the negativity and the haters, it just makes me stronger. And so the more and more people you have, it just makes you stronger. So we need to learn to come together and be a family and understand that when we have a problem with each other, we can talk it out. We don't have to argue with each other. We're not always going to agree on everything. But we have to know that some people have a difficult time defending themselves. And not even defending themselves, shouldn't have to defend themselves. And Naomi Osaka should not have to defend herself. Shouldn't at all. So, yeah. That's basically what it is, man. Good morning, DolFan. Or a Great One Divorce says, that's beautiful. Miami football talk. You guys are going quick now. Bones, I love it. Amen, brother. Stephen, that was beautiful. Any person that would be negative about someone's problems that they cannot control is a real scumbag. I wouldn't even go that far. Hurt people hurt people. Ryan AP, morning, Steven in chat. Good morning. All right, guys. Enough about that. All right, let's have some fun. I'm going to open up the line. If you guys want to talk about everything we just kind of talked about and touched on, come on. I want to hear from you. And then also today's question, DolFan Chat question of the day is, who are your top 5 players in Miami Dolphins history? I want to hear from you. I want to know. I want to talk to you. Bones says, I had a family that lived in a state of depression for months and no one paid any attention. No one paid her any attention. She was ready to end her life. Please look out for the others. It's real, man. It's no joke. I tell people all the time that, you have to look out for people. You have to. There's no way we're going to get through this world alone. That's why we weren't meant to be alone. Mark Angelo says, we love you, Stephen D. We all need to be more caring to others and move forward together. I'll give my top 5 in a few. Fins for life. Chef Shoe says, I would get on, but I'm always at work during the week except weekends. Miami Football Talk says, my top 5 is Dan Marino, Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas, Ricky Williams, and Chris Chambers. I like it. That's a good top 5. Big Time says, Dan Marino, Brian Cox, Chris Chambers, Cameron Wake, Larry Zonka, and Richmond Webb. Would love for you guys to come on to the show. This is your show this morning. Yeah. Honestly, guys, I need some help this morning. So you guys come on, talk with me, give me your thoughts about the Naomi Osaka situation, as well as who your top 5 in Miami Dolphins history is, because I think that's always a fun conversation. At the end of the day, I'll give everybody my top 5. Honestly, I had it written down and I was going to say it first thing, but I lost it because I've been so emotional this morning and last night. Ryan AP says Ricky Williams. Ryan AP, is it just like Dylon? The top 5 rappers in the world are Dylon, and Dylon, because I spit hot fire. So Ryan AP would say Ricky, and Ricky. I think that's what he meant by that. Dolphin Don said, just top 5? Yes, just top 5. Who's your top 5 of all time? Let's see here. Chef Chu says, good morning, Godfather of the Finlaws, Mark of NorCal, Saxman J. Will. Chef Chu says, Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas, Dan Marino, Ricky Williams, and Cameron Wake. Mark NorCal says, good morning, Chef. Good morning to all you great Miami sports music supporters and chat boarders. Saxman J. Will says, Dan Marino, Mark Duper, Larry Zonka, Richmond Webb, Jason Taylor, fins up. Miami Football Talk's laughing. I guess you like the Dylon, and Dylon. If anybody doesn't know what that's in reference to, that's a Dave Chappelle reference. Let's see here. All right. Here is yours. Ricky Williams, Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor, Patrick Surtain, and Sam Madison. Duke Tomlinson's Dan Marino, Mark Duper, Run, Ricky, Run. Paul Warfield and Brian Greasy? I was going to say Bob. I mean, I know it's Bob Greasy, but Brian Greasy? And Bobby Boy. Let's see here. What else? Guys, come on to the show this morning. I want to talk to you. I want to hear your thoughts about the Naomi Osaka events that have unfolded. Any thoughts you might have about depression, anxiety, anything like that. How the media can attack people and how it's not right, especially when you don't do your research like a real journalist should. And then also, the platform of who's the top 5 of all time in the Dolphins history. Who are your favorite players of all time? Who's your favorite? Who's your top 5? I want to hear from you. I want to know what your thoughts are. Yeah, we can go from there. All right. Let's see here. I'm waiting for you guys in the chat box. Come on, chat it up. Chat it up. I didn't want to talk Xavier and Howard today. I didn't want to talk any trade talk. I didn't want to talk any rumor talk. I just wanted to have some fun with Dolphins today. Chat it up in the box. Give you guys my real take about that whole Naomi Osaka situation. Today, I wanted it to be a real low-key day, and then I got kind of caught up. Dolphin Don, Dan Marino, Ricky Williams, Larry Zonka, Jake Scott, Jason Taylor. It must be noted that Mercury Morris is probably the coolest name a running back has ever had. I concur with that statement, Dolphin Don. 17 likes, 22 people in the room. Hit that like button, please. Fins up. Chef Shu always doing the job of the original, the OG. Guys, if you want to donate to the channel, there's a few different ways you can do that. You can do PayPal, Cash App, and also Super Chat. Your donations are very I'm grateful anytime you donate, even if it's $1. It goes to helping the channel grow. There's a lot of things I'm trying to do, and I need a lot more money and funds to be able to do that. So when you guys donate, it helps. Mental health is very important to living a life of wellness. When I was in the Army, we were taught and told to suppress your feelings and were looked down upon for going to mental health. Let me actually unpack before I go to Miami football talk. Yeah, look, I think it's a culture thing, right? I think it's a culture and era thing. I do think we live in a world now where mental health is addressed as a lot more serious issue. I think there was a time where like, oh, you know, we're too worried about how people feel. We have to worry about how people feel. Because the reality is suicide rate and the addiction rate has gone up tremendously over the last 20 years, let alone the last 30 or 40. Tremendously. And if we don't do something to help out with this, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. I get it because it disrupts the mission. However, now that I'm out and my mind is effed, we need to take better care of mental health. Ryan, bro, I hope you're getting the help you need, man. I really do. I really hope that you're getting the help that you need. Let's see here. Miami football talk. My wife has really bad anxiety, and the best way to help a person is with love, bro. There's no cure but showing someone love. It goes a long way. I agree. Since getting to know this person, my favorite Dolphin is Richmond Webb. He's always great on the field, but he's even greater at life. My man. All right, Miami football talk. My wife has really bad anxiety, and the best way to help a person is with love, bro. There's no cure, but showing someone love goes a long way. Spread kindness, positivity, and love, guys. That's what I'm all about. I tell people that all the time. I think there's no other better way to do it than that. Hey, guys, I want somebody to come on to the show. Join the show. Come on. I put the link in the description, in the chat. Please come on. I want to talk to you guys this morning. I want your thoughts on everything that we've talked about this morning. I want who's your top 5 in Miami Dolphins history? Let's talk about that. Let's debate it. Let me tell you why you're right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. It's everybody's top 5. It's your opinion. But I would love to talk to you guys. So come on to the show this morning. Definitely want to talk to you. Let's make it happen, Captain. Let's have a good time this morning. Got 20 people in the room. Let me see here. There we go. 22 likes. Let's go. Come on, guys. What's up with y'all this morning? I'm the one that was down in the dumps. I was the one that I needed your help. Come on, let's talk. You guys expect me to do a morning show every morning? Expect to just talk? Come on, guys. No, you guys are great. I'm just giving y'all a hard time. If you want to donate to the channel, help the channel grow, it's always a good thing. Let's go. Donate to the channel. Got a lot of stuff we're trying to do. So anytime you donate, it helps. It helps tremendously. What else? What else, guys? You guys are not as talkative or chattative this morning. Chattative. I don't know if that's a word, but it sounds good. It sounds like a good word. Chattative. Talkative and chatty. You guys are usually a lot more talkative and chatty. Sean Tunzel said, my favorite Dolphins are Mercury Morris, David Overstreet. Okay, that's a new one. Ricky Williams, Dan Marino, and Sam Madison. NorCal. If your favorite players are Ginn, Pat White, Cleo Lemon, Culpepper, Dallas Thomas, we won't bash you here. We'll correct you with hugs. I love you, NorCal. That is too funny. I guess that's one day I'll have to do your favorite obscure Miami Dolphins player. Somebody that might have, like, we'll have to create a. They only could have played for the Dolphins for less than a season, but you love them. I don't know. That'll be a good one day. I'll come up with some really cool questions in the future too. Guess we're gonna have a short show today, man. You guys are not as talkative or anything. Dolphin Don says Jim Jensen equals the GOAT. Let's go. Guys want to come on to the show? I put the link in. Let's talk. Come on. Where are y'all at? I'm waving you in, as in get on. Saxman J. Will said, can we talk some Heat? We could, but why? It's the end of basketball season, Saxman J. Will. Dolphin Don says he played punter, tight end, quarterback, and running back. I mean, yes, he was pretty good. Bones says, working B. Oh, we all got jobs around here, Bones. I also have to go with Laramie Tunzel as well. Well, Laramie Tunzel gave back more than any other player. Okay, maybe not more than any player, but he gave back really good. I'm telling you, the ultimate big funny thing for me in that whole situation, Laramie comes back to the Dolphins and wins a Super Bowl. That would be dope. NorCal Auto, Marino, Ricky, JT99, Zach Thomas 54, Wake, my top 5. All right. Might as well give mine, right? All right. Since you guys don't want to come on and talk with me, I'm going to go Zach Thomas. He's not my number one, but he's up there. Zach Thomas was so amazing for me to watch. I felt like any Dolphins game we watched back in the day, Zach Thomas with the tackle, and Zach Thomas with the assist tackle. Zach Thomas with the tackle. Zach Thomas with the interception. Like, that man was literally on every play. Like, he was everywhere. I've never seen a player like him before. And what's funny is he's got better stats than a lot of middle linebackers that are in the Hall of Fame. And that man is still not in the Hall of Fame. And it's crazy to me to think that Zach Thomas is not in the Hall of Fame. And he should be. He deserves it. The numbers are there. His leadership was there. His tenacity. Like, there's, and again, this goes to why I started a podcast network, because I don't believe the local media has done their job to help players like Richmond Webb and Zach Thomas get in the Hall of Fame. Local media, get your shit together. Okay? You guys need to do articles. You guys need to promote it on your social media. You guys need to promote it on all the platforms that you do. Hashtag Zach Thomas should be in the Hall of Fame. Hashtag Richmond Webb needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Both those guys should be. All right, so Zach Thomas, Dan Marino, obviously, right? I don't even need to go with why. Jason Taylor. I loved Jason Taylor. Loved it. Jason Taylor was so amazing. The same way as I was just praising Zach Thomas for always being on different sides of the field and in everything, I felt like Zach Thomas was the same way. I also never saw a defensive end score as many touchdowns as I feel like he did. The biggest one that I can remember Zach Thomas doing, and this is just from my memory, was Christmas Day against the Cowboys in throwback uniforms. I don't know if you guys remember that game, but Zach Thomas scored Jason Taylor scored a touchdown in that game, and it was just like, to me, Jason Taylor was, and still is, like, just absolutely a mammoth of a man. And look, he's not bad looking either, man. I would love to look. There was a time in my skinnier heyday that I was once referred to as a good lookalike to Jason Taylor. Now, that was many, many moons ago, and I probably could fit about 2 or 3 Jason Taylors inside my big old butt now, but that's okay. And I just noticed how that came out. Oh, you guys know what I meant. So, all right, so that's 3. There's Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor, Dan Marino. So now you go to the other 2. So the other 2 for me are look, I'm going to name some players. These are not part of my top 5, but that really meant a lot to me. Chris Chambers, Oronde Gaskin. I already know, so I know who my number 4 is. My number 4 would be Ricky Williams. I just enjoyed Ricky so much, watching him play, being every down back. There was something about Ricky that every time he touched the ball, he was going into the end zone. He was such a workhorse. And I think that, part of the reason we don't think that we have a good group of running back now, and I'm not saying that we do per se, but I think Dolphin fans are very vulnerable and have PTSD from the standpoint of we always compare things to the past. So 2 was always going to be compared to Marino. And the reality is, Marino never won the Super Bowl, right? And the same thing with all of our running backs, is they're always going to be compared to Ricky, Larry Zonka, Mercury Morris, Jim Kick. Right? And so you have to look at that and say, well, we've had some great running backs in our history. Myles Gaskins isn't that guy or anything like that. And he's not. But the reality is, we can make do with a running back by committee and still win a Super Bowl. It is a weaker point on our team, but it is not a weak point. It can be improved upon. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to get into any of the new stuff. I just want to stay with the old stuff. But yeah, I mean, look, that's kind of where I'm at with that, right? Chef G says, I remember that game, Stephen D. It was a great Christmas Day game to me. I hope we have more holiday games in the future. Was it Christmas or was it Thanksgiving? I always thought it was Thanksgiving. I could be wrong. It could have been Christmas. I always thought it was the Thanksgiving Day game, though. But I remember just it being a day game on national television and we just destroying Tony Romo. It was so awesome. Let's see here. What else we got this morning? Guys, I want to know your top 5. I guess I haven't finished giving my top 5. So far I have Dan Marino, Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas, and Ricky Williams. 4. Man, the number 5 is tough because there are just so many different great players that deserve to be in that 5 slot. I mean, look, I enjoyed. Now none of these deserve to be in the top 5. I'm just telling you players I enjoyed here. I enjoyed Chad Pennington. I enjoyed watching Tannehill when he was not on his ass. I enjoyed. Let's see here. There's so many people I enjoyed. I enjoyed Ricky. I already have Ricky. Man, the number 5 is elusive. I don't know who to pick for top 5 for the 5th. Man, I'm gonna have to go with. See, if what I try to do for my top 5 is people that I've actually seen. Now, it could have been I've seen on TV. Doesn't necessarily have to be in person, but they were in my lifetime. I can remember watching them. I'd probably have to say O.J. McDuffie. Loved watching O.J. McDuffie play. And I would put him above all the other receivers that I watched. So I would say O.J. McDuffie's my 5th. So it would go Dan Marino, Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor, Ricky Williams, and O.J. McDuffie. I don't think that's a bad 5. Do you? Do you like my top 5? Do you not like it? I think it's a good top 5. Keith Byers is also in my top 10. He was a bad fullback. Yes. Guys, I want you to come on to the show this morning. I'm putting the link again into the chat box. Come on, talk with me. I want to talk with you. Who's your top 5? Who are some players that you liked and didn't like? Who is some people's that are in people's top 5 that you think have no business being in the top 5? If you guys want to talk about Naomi Osaka and want to talk about depression and anxiety and sports and how the media does stuff to them, I would probably say that. Bone says we have the same top 5. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I enjoyed watching O.J. McDuffie. I remember the first time I got to meet O.J. McDuffie was really kind of a surreal moment. And now, knowing him a little bit, it's weird because O.J.'s just a regular guy, just like you and me, right? And so, yeah, big shout out to O.J. McDuffie. It's absolutely amazing what they do over there at the fish tank. It's a great podcast. You guys need to go check that out. I'm sure you guys do. They need to be shouting me out. Help me get some of their people. Brian Cox is in my top 10. He was great to watch unless you were a Bills fan. He was pretty good at giving the ultimate middle finger to fans, which I love. I had Richmond Webb on. And Richmond, I asked Richmond, tell me a story, that you really enjoyed. And one of the cool things from Richmond was him telling me the story about him standing behind Brian Cox for that iconic picture of him flipping off. Was it Jets fans or Bills fans? I forget which one. I believe it was the Bills. I could be wrong. Could be in the Jets. But he told me about standing behind him in that, like he was directly behind him in the tunnel. And the fans were just giving him the business. And he was like, to this day, I still remember that. So it's so cool to kind of see an iconic moment like that through the photo lens. Bills. Mark Norcal says Bills. So the Bills. And it's so cool to see an iconic moment like that through the photo lens. But to have somebody who was actually there and knew how big of a moment that was too in the moment is pretty cool too. Like Richmond knew this is going to be a big deal. Like him flipping off the fans. So I thought that was really cool when Richmond Webb told me that story about Brian Cox being in the tunnel and flipping off the Bills fans. Everybody hates the Bills. I love it. As Solo D would say. Solo D. Let's see here. Guys, come on let's talk, man. What's up with you guys this morning? The platform is open. The line is open. I'd love to talk to you guys. I want to know who your top 5 is. This morning, as you guys know, I went off on some of the national people in the media. So, yeah, would love to talk to you guys about that. Come on to the show. not very talkative this morning because it's been a very emotional morning talking about the stuff I was talking about and dealing with some other stuff behind the scenes and just feeling some type of way. BT Bat, are you a Canes fan too or just a Fins fan? All day. The U. I actually grew up in North Carolina, BT Bat. I grew up in North Carolina, but football was not big in college where I lived at. It was always basketball. So, of course, I rooted for the Tar Heels. And, but, you know, when it came to football, I'd always rooted for the Hurricanes, always. So, even to this day, I still root for the Tar Heels in basketball, and I root for the Hurricanes in football. Just something about it, you know, being from North Carolina, loving Florida, loving Miami. That's kind of what it is. But yeah, and then obviously I got to be a Canes fan because of turnover chain. That whole situation was really, really cool. Flipside Fishing says, I have to do it by era. I was born into this. Duper Clayton Marino offered all buyers, Cox and Lewis Oliver. I know I went over, but I couldn't leave my boys out. See, Flipside couldn't even stick to the top 5. He had to go over. I ain't mad at you, Flipside. Duke Tomlin said the juice. The juice. Talking about OJ McDuffie. OJ, he was a killer. Bad joke. Sorry. Let's see here. What else? What else do we have? Guys, I'm going to remind you all tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Look who we got on, people. It's going to be awesome. Everything is awesome. Let's see here. All right, I got somebody in the back room chat room. In the back room chat room. I like that. That rhymed, didn't it? All right, yeah. Let's bring on my man Big Time. What's up, Big Time?
What's up, man?
I'm also going to bring on Dolphin Don. What's up, Dolphin Don?
What's good, brother?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Big Time, too.
Doing.
All right, Big Time. I'll let you go first since you were on first, man. All you.
No, it doesn't matter. I was just trying to help you out, man. Nobody was coming up here, so I went.
I know, right? You started to feel bad, like, damn, man, he ain't getting no love, nothing.
Steven's gonna fall asleep up here, man. So,
Dolphin Don, what's up, man?
Yeah, man, I turned around too because I was out with my dog walking, man. So I can't do it with my phone, man. I don't know how to do that, but
that's okay. That's all right. You're on.
Hey, bro, I want to say thank you to you, brother, because you bringing up some points here. You know, a lot of people don't touch things. Like you're in a meeting at work, you know, and people there's something that needs to be said. Nobody says it.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to give you a salute today, man, for saying that, man, because that's a real problem. That's a real problem out there.
Yeah.
It is, man. It really pissed me off last night when I was reading it. And I thought it real quick about like maybe I should get on and jump on live and talk about it like live on like just do a live stream. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to talk about it tomorrow morning. I'll have a night to kind of collect my thoughts and tell people how I really feel. And still wasn't able to get all my thoughts together because of some stuff outside of it. But yeah, man, I appreciate that. It was a big deal for me. So thanks.
Yeah, it takes a lot of guts to do that, to come out and say something like that. I mean, even if you're speaking for somebody else and you're trying to get some words to, find some words that will, respect them or trying to acknowledge. I mean, that's a lot of respect just for you, just because it's tough to even to speak of that. So yeah, kudos. I
appreciate that, man. I got a little carried away in the beginning when I was like, Megyn Kelly and Piers Morgan need to be slapped. They do not need to be slapped. That was bad. I shouldn't have said that. I take that back. But
yeah, they do.
But I just feel like some people have a platform and have no filter and say whatever comes through their mind. And so the excerpt that I read from my social media post on Monday, that like I really typed that up, thought about it, left it alone for a minute, came back to it, thought about it again, and then posted it because I wanted to make sure, is this what I need to be putting out? Is this something that I need to be saying? And so I think that's the problem with Twitter, right? The problem with Twitter is it's 180 characters or whatever it is now, 230, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Characters, and most people, the first thing that comes into your mind, you say it, and then it's out there in the Twitterverse, and it's there.
Yeah, I think in general, that's just a media platform right now in general. Even going to YouTube or Instagram or whatever, it doesn't matter. You think you're thinking it, fairly. You think you're going through all your logical thoughts and processes, and then right when you tweet it and you read it, you go, "Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have said that." So yeah, I don't think people really think about what they put out there, and it's going to be there. And people can actually read it. It's not like, getting, sitting with a bunch of friends and, saying stuff that you probably shouldn't be saying. This is out there. So you got to be very careful.
Everybody can read it. It's there. It's there forever. Even if you delete it, it's there.
Yeah.
DolFan Don, just curious, man. Like, and I'll get into the top 5 talk here in a second with you guys, but like, is it something that actually, let me say this statement and I'll let you react to the statement rather than asking you a question.
All right.
One of the biggest issues I had was local media, right?
Right.
And the local media, I think, could go a long way with being a positive influence on fans.
For sure.
The pulse of the fans, right? And how it should be, construed. And I think nowadays, a lot of the local media, as well as, look, I want more people to watch this show. I want more than 22 people watching the show in the morning. I want 222 people. I want 1,022 people. I want 10,000 people. I want a lot of people watching the show in the mornings. But I also know that I have to do it the right way, right? Like I'm not going to click people in here with clickbait. I'm not going to, say something just to get a rise. And try to get more people. I feel like if I'm genuine and I'm doing it this way, I'll eventually be successful. It's just I'm the tortoise right now. I am not the hare. I'm definitely playing the long game here. But I think a lot of people I think a lot of people, when they say stuff, they don't even mean what they say. Like, that's the other sad part about it. And they're doing more damage than they are helping a situation, and they don't even believe it themselves.
Right. Yeah.
Would you agree?
Oh, definitely, man. Yeah, you know what? And the long game is the winning game. That's just the truth, man. Look at everybody gonna probably get mad at me for saying this, but look at General Motors, Toyota. This was just a little flea back in the 70s when Chevrolet started making this Chevette with no door handles. Mm-hmm. Now this year, Toyota sold more cars in the U.S. than General Motors. So I mean, the long game.
It has to, and there's a lot of factors that factor into that, but part of that is we need to figure out what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, and correct each thing individually.
Do it right.
Exactly. So that way, one of the things that, for me, I appreciate Mark DolFan saying Hellfin's podcast last night was cool, even though I couldn't understand most of what they said. Great job adding fun shows to MSM. Yeah. I was in the process of merging with somebody and that didn't come to fruition, and that's okay. It is what it is. But the reality is, I think God, higher power, whatever you want to call him, is also kind of telling me to, hey man, you take this one day at a time, one show at a time, start slow. And the patience thing is hard. And I think that is part of, what is, especially for somebody like me, I run a morning show, so I'm always on. I got to be energetic. I got to be on top of things, and so now you're asking me to be slow and calculated and win the race the slow way, and I'm like, I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
But the end product is when you have your conscience. You have your conscience afterwards. Okay, you didn't lose this on the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, big time. I think you already said it. Who's your top 5?
I'm gonna say something real quick, Steve.
Go ahead.
Stephen. Yeah. So just like going back to what you said about the media, we have to remember there's a catch-22 with the media. They want to give you information that's relevant to where you care, and you want to sit there and watch, and then there's the other part where they just want the views. And the media is big business. That's what it's all about. It's big business, big time. And I've done a lot of charity work, and I've met a lot of great people and individuals. And when you meet people within the media organization, especially like if they've worked with like CNN or something like that, they just say it's big business. They don't care about anything. It's all about big money. Because if they did care, then they wouldn't approach it in the way that they do. It would be, I think, approached in a different way. Again, like I said, it's a catch-22 with the multimedia in general. But that's my view.
I 100% agree with you. And again, I don't talk politics on my channel, but what I will say, I was watching a movie, and it was about it was the 60 Minutes movie, where they were pretty much shut out. Was it Dan Rather? I guess it was Dan Rather. The old man who ended up, they forced him to retire. It wasn't what's his face who got caught for lying or fabricating the news. It was the guy before him. Brokaw, maybe.
Was it
Might have been Brokaw. Anyways, the movie was great. If I remember it, I'll put it in the chat box. But he said a line in the movie, and he goes, the day real journalism died is when the news found out that they could make money from the news. Like when they found out that they could be profitable in the news. And because the news was just something where they brought you the facts, and it was at 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 11 o'clock, and that was it. And it was actually even one time. It wasn't 3 times a night. It was 1 time a night, right? And when they found out, hey, look, there's millions of people that watch the news. These are time slots. We can sell this. And so, when big business, and by the way, I want to say I have no problem with big businesses. I want to be a big business one day. I also understand, and I get it from the standpoint of big businesses, the bottom dollar, the bottom line, the number comes first, right? And it's tough to get the correct narrative out there when you're trying to please advertisers, and you're trying to make sure you don't ruffle feathers, and you're trying to you can't be what's the word? You can't be judgmental then. You have to toe the line. You can't really cross over it. And so one of the things that I'm glad I've done so far is stay independent, because I'm able to say what I want to say and do what I want to do, and that's always a big thing for me. I mean, look, am I making a lot of money right now? No. Do I think I could go out and probably sign on with somebody and maybe even have my own morning show on a bigger platform somewhere? Probably, but I don't want to. And I want this to grow. I want this to be successful. I want to create something here and build it up. And I think the best way to do that is through genuineness and telling when I have a problem, like say, hey, look, this is bullshit. Like I need somebody to say something here. And because I think people can see through phoniness, right? There's a reason, like I hate to call them out, but there's a reason people don't like Omar Kelly. There's the people that they don't like ESPN and Colin Cowherd. I'm sorry. So, I mean that's just my thoughts of it, right? I don't know if you guys have anything more you want to add to it before we go on to the top 5.
No, I think that's why you've seen many like Joe Rogan or whoever else that have went
Joe
from
Rogan.
From a big media platform to, let's say, Sirius Radio or whatever now, so XM or whatever it is right now.
Yeah.
But
They're on Spotify
able
now.
to speak their mind and do what they want to do without worrying about looking over their shoulder saying, well, you need to say this because it's more politically correct, or you need to say this to get some more audience people in there. They're building it from the ground up. So as you say, you start from the ground up, you're going to feel more successful for yourself and the people that are around you that you build with you together.
Yeah, look, I agree with that. And by the way, Joe Rogan is my goal, right? Joe Rogan started out doing, I think it was his like a radio show somewhere else or whatever. Quickly got out of that. Like he was like, I'm not having a boss. Like that's not happening. And I want to say what the hell I want to say. And so he started his podcast. And Joe Rogan Experience blew up. Like it is my favorite. It is hands down. Like if you start a podcast and you want a blueprint on how to do it successful, Joe Rogan's the way to do it. Because Spotify just bought him for like $100 million, bought his podcast.
Great,
like
man.
that's crazy. That's crazy. So look, I want to do the same thing. I want to make $100 million, man.
It's a lot of deer jerky.
A lot of deer jerky. What I want to do though is I want to wake up every day, have something that is real and authentic, not fake, which I think I've done so far.
Yeah, I got a quote for you, man.
Yeah.
Socrates, man. It just came to my mind, man. He that would move the world must first start with himself. You already took the first step, brother. Bam.
Bro, I need you to text me that one or put that in the thing because I need to keep that one in my head. I'm going to forget it. I like that one.
You got it.
I like that. I like that a lot. Duke Tomlinson from across the pond over in Australia says, great show, Stephen. Appreciate it. Manalo says the sports leagues have become political as well. Look, I'm going to say this, it's going to ruffle feathers, but I don't care. I have no problem to a certain extent with the sport leagues becoming political. If you believe in something and you have a platform to say it, I'm okay with you saying it. Just be careful about how you say it and know what the consequences are when you say it. Understand. Like I have the days of Charles Barkley, I am not your child's role model. Those are over. I think we have to understand that when these people have 50 million followers on TikTok, they do have influence on the generation. And what they say does mean something. You don't have to agree with them, but they have a platform. And I have a platform. And I'm using my platform right now to talk about mental health. That's not people might say I have a political agenda. I don't think there's, in my opinion, this is mine, and you two might disagree or somebody else might disagree with me. I don't know. In my mind, there's nothing different than what I'm doing compared to what somebody else is talking about. Maybe, race relations or political agenda or, political endorsements or whatever. I think there's somebody that might look at me and say, hey, look, this is not the platform to be talking about, mental health and stuff like that. Would you guys disagree or agree or?
Agree 100%, man.
Yeah. Big time.
We talked about it a little bit yesterday on Finn's panel with Larry on Larry's channel, just real quick that we ran it through why the NFL and some of the major sports in America has like fallen a little bit. And I think, when we got into it just a little bit, because I didn't really want to get into it, I kind of mentioned it that when you bring stuff like that to the table and the forefront, a lot of individuals don't want to see that on that type of platform. They just want to watch, right? Mm-hmm. And then it kind of removes them from actually just enjoying something instead of like trying to get away from that. And not to sit there and say that they separate their political views from sports. And now you're putting both together. And I'm not sitting there stating that these individuals, especially sports athletes, cannot do that. But there's a consequence there when you have individuals that just want to watch sports for sports and not mix both of them. And again, it is the platform. So I mean, I wouldn't disagree where I think that when you have a platform like this, you can mix a little bit depending on how far you go with it, but on the far end without without some disgruntled individuals out there, but I think some of them are looking for something just to pick at, and a lot of people do that. But on the far end of it, though, too, I think that, again, it's a very fine line on that, especially with individuals who are being paid millions and millions of dollars, and then yet you can actually help by by giving your money, as well as putting together some funds if you're complaining about why there's not funds out there to help, but you can do it. So again, like I said, it's really a catch-22 there.
Two things. Number one, you hit the nail on the head. You're a very smart man. Let's get that straight. You hit the nail on the head, man. Like there's a catch-22. You have to realize with every action, there's a reaction. And so if you decide that you're going to do something, you have to understand that there's going to be a pitfall from it too. There's going to be a negative reaction from you doing something. Now, here's where I will just state my thing. On this channel, and I think on every sports channel, I don't ever want to hear what somebody's political party affiliation or person they're endorsing for politics are. To me, that's irrelevant. Don't care. Like, that's not here on this channel. Now, if you go to my social media and I said, hey, bro, this is who I endorse or hey, this is who I like, that's fair game. You're following me on social media. You can unfollow me as quickly as you followed me, right? So if I'm a huge sports figure and I decide to talk about something after a post game, I wouldn't do it there. But if I'm in the confines of my house and I'm looking, that's one thing. Now, from a standpoint of where does that line get drawn in sports, let's look at what's my man in Houston that just got I think he's in Arizona now, JJ Watt, right? JJ Watt raised all that money for hurricane relief in Houston. He used his platform when he saw something that was not being done. Like he saw there was not enough money being raised to help these people, and he was not happy with the political scene in Houston not doing more than what they might have had available to them. So he said, screw it, I'll go on my own and I'll raise my own money. And I think he raised like $24 million or $35 million, something like that. It was something outrageous. And he used his platform to do something that has a positive effect of people. But there were some people, I'm not saying I was one of them because I am not, I am all for it. But there were some people that was like, hey, he used his, social media following to, they might have looked at it as you're using your influence to help create, more money for a cause. But in that particular situation, there wasn't too many people who did it because it went to people who lost their homes and, lost loved ones and all that stuff. Right. But for somebody that might be saying, hey, I want to, use that same endorsement for me to raise money for a political backer or, some sort of, and I'm just throwing it out there, gun reform or pro or whatever. To me, that's where the line is drawn. I think if you want to talk about politics, you go to a politics channel, whatever one you might endorse. If you want to talk sports, that's great too. But if there's some sort of life-changing event or something that happens in the culture, I think it's okay for sports people to speak on it and be about it, even before or after a game. That's just my opinion. I just think when you start making the narrative that's when you're going to start pissing off people. And you have to understand that there's no right or wrong in that. You just have to understand there's going to be consequences.
Right.
So I don't know. All right. Enough about that, guys. Let's go to the real debate. The top 5 Dolphins of all time. Your favorite Dolphins, your top 5 favorite Dolphins. Dolphin Dan, why don't you go first?
That's impossible, man. That's like is Ferrari a car? No, man, come on.
All right, try to give me your top 5.
I cannot even answer. Okay, all right. You have to put Dan the Man at number 1.
I think Dan the Man is in everybody's top 5, so now it's top 4.
Yeah, and Jason Taylor. I'm sorry,
right.
That cat is bad.
Yep.
Daggone Ricky Williams, man.
Number 3.
Okay. Oh man. See, because I'm an old guy. I watched Larry Zonka. I watched Nick Buoniconti, Jake Scott, all them cats, Paul Warfield. So that's how I got my stripes. So I have to include one. I'll probably be Zonk from that era.
Okay.
Yeah. And let's see. Let's round it out now. I'm gonna go with Jim Jensen.
Jim Jensen. Wow, you pulled the one out of the hat, my guy.
Well, I mean,
Tight
because,
end,
yeah, he did all kind of stuff,
Yeah.
man. He played kicker, he played quarterback, he did running
Yeah.
back.
Number 11, right?
Yeah. This is a bad dude,
Bad
man.
Yeah.
All right, what about you, Big Time?
Yeah, Marino's in there, of course. I like Taylor, but I went ahead and went with with Cox, and I went with Wake.
Oh yeah.
I like Chambers, and there are other wideouts like Duper and Clayton, of course, you can put in there, but I went with Chambers just because. And I did see the March Brothers, but I'm not going with Ricky. Ricky hurt my heart. He broke me. He made me cry days and days in and days out, man. I just the talent that guy had, and man, it's just sometimes I felt like that he just didn't know what he wanted to do going back and forth. Sometimes I just think whether or not, knowing that the pain that he had, where he was, using it either for recreation or for the issues that he was having, I think it's in some cases, and this is, people are going to hate it, but I think he some cases there was abusing it there to where you were saying that you were using it for mental health, but I think there was more recreation as well. I just think there's a lot of talent there and he wasted it. That's all.
Well, where were you the other day when I was having this conversation, man? I wanted you on. I wanted somebody on with your point of view because I thought like that for a very long time. And so when the 30 for 30 came out, granted, 30 for 30, obviously, when somebody directs something, they have their own political agenda or their own thing that they want to insert, right? So you have to look at it from a glass half full. You have to look at it from an eye of, okay, what I'm witnessing and what the director's trying to portray in the documentary, I need to try to look at it from an independent view, right? So I looked at it and I did my research, and I've listened to a million interviews with Ricky and guys like Brandon Marshall and Terrell Owens and guys that would be considered head cases in the NFL. And one of the things that I came to the decision of, and Mark kind of hit the nail on the head, says NFL ruined Ricky, is I think the reason that we saw that is, imagine if the Dolphins were to sit with him back in the day, right? We know what we know now, and actually give him help. Give him help. Teams now in that situation, because of the society that we live in, would go and say, all right, dude, do you need a therapist? Do you need to go to some sort of facility? Like, they would offer these things. And it's because of guys like Ricky and Brandon Marshall that have had issues that now the NFL offers these things to players. They didn't do that before. And, I think that Ricky, all he did was broke the mold. Was the first one through the door, and what happens when you're the first one through the door? You get bloody,
yeah,
and so
you take the grunt of the load. Yeah,
and you take the grunt of the load, and so that's where I'm at. That to me, that's why I absolutely love and adore Ricky. I cried the same way you did, and I was upset for the same reasons you were back in the day. And since then, I've been like, you know what? Whether I'm pro marijuana use or anti marijuana use, that doesn't matter. The matter is he had an issue. The team wasn't addressing it. The league wasn't addressing it. He had to figure out how can I not kill myself?
Right.
And that's where he was at. And I don't think anybody's going to dispute that point. Right. I think it's a matter of, bro, are you retired or are you not retired? Are you all we ask you to do is not pass, just pass a drug test, bro. But it wasn't the drug test. It was like the same thing with Sha'Carri Richardson, right? She got banned from the Olympics this year because she smoked after her mom died, and all she wanted to do was just feel a little bit. She needed some comfort in a moment of need. It wasn't about passing a drug test or doing something smart or stupid or whatever. It was, I just want, and so I think we need to look at these things. I was having the conversation the other day on this platform of, the marijuana use, right? And I don't necessarily want to get into that conversation, although I am perfectly fine in saying that I'm pro THC, and I think that if players need that, I'm all for it. But I also know how bad alcoholism and antidepressants and or not antidepressants, but opioid use and painkillers are to players in this league. It's a bitch.
Yeah.
It's not good. And
It's
so
to society.
Yeah, and that's what, and here's the thing. That's what the NFL and teams were giving these players when something was going on. Here, take this. You'll feel better. Not know. And even if they did know, which they probably did, and again, then that's what it is. And so I'm all for, I will support Ricky till the end of the earth, but I wanted somebody like you on Big Time because I just wanted to point out from the opposite side that people were hurt from his decision back in the day. Like, they were tore up because, look, here's a reality. Ricky's on that team and he doesn't. We might make a Super Bowl run. I'm not saying we would, but we might. We might have.
He was a good portion of the offense, man.
You damn Skippy he was.
Right.
And he was like, man, I loved him and I cried for days too.
Yeah.
But bro, because I knew what it meant. It meant that the Dolphins were not going to be good, and they weren't.
We go again. Yeah, exactly.
Yep, that's exactly it. That was just like the off season. And I'm going to change topics here a little bit. That was just like the off seasons a few years ago. We had the bullying scandal. Then we had the coach that did cocaine on the stripper, and then we did. It's like, bro, can we just not have an off season issue, please?
It's difficult, man. We've had so many blunders in the past, man. And I was mad at Ricky too, man. I'll be totally straight with you, but I didn't realize as a fan, look how they're using this guy, man. Yep. Oh my God.
They were giving him the ball 40 times a game. And you have these 350, 325, 275 pound linebackers and defensive linemen that are just like all they wanted. And remember, that's back in the day when there was you can hit anywhere.
Right.
You're not going to get a flag for some bullshit. You're going to hit anywhere.
Pounding. Yeah.
So, I mean, that to me, the biggest one for me is Jason Taylor. So Jason Taylor, right? Big Time. He did an article. I want to say it was on Sports Illustrated or something. And he said that after a game, he would have to get hooked up to an IV and take these painkillers, would not be able to get out of bed for 2 or 3 days. And on Friday would have to take the shot that gives you like energy. What is it called? I forget the name of the shot, but it's supposed to give you energy. Yeah, something like that. But just to get the energy for the next couple of days and then just go at it again. But they were like on Tuesday and Wednesday night, he was hooked up like he was a hospital patient in his house. Like, there's something wrong with that. I could just imagine what a running back like Ricky had to do,
Yeah. Because he's on the receiving end of all those hits.
Damn right, man. Like, bro, like it's no joke. Like, here's the average lifespan in the NFL is 3.5 years.
Right.
That's it. That's all you get. 3 years. Thank you. Here's your paycheck. Have a nice day.
Exactly. And, you mentioned Jason Taylor, man. That was another one of my Dolphins moments, man. When he signed with the Jets, I just rolled the windows down in the car. God. I was like, okay, God, this is it. Okay, this is apocalypse.
Dude, I said the same thing. Said the same damn thing. What's up, Big Time?
No, I was just I had to do something, so I just unplugged for a minute. That's all.
No, it's all
good.
There
should be a rule. There should be a rule for any Dolphin to go to, an AFC East team to where, Taylor should have known better than that. Now, probably many people that loved him don't like him to this day because he went to the Jets.
In a Jets uniform.
It was
so weird. And it was even weirder, believe it or not, for me, even though I hated him with the Jets. was seeing him in a Redskins uniform. I was like, what?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people don't remember. He played for the Redskins too.
He did, yeah.
He left the Dolphins, went to the Jets, came back to the Dolphins, left the Dolphins again, went to Washington, left the Washington to come back to the Dolphins.
Yeah,
bro,
you know what?
He wants to talk about a love-hate relationship. Bro,
we sent him to Russia to spy on the Russians, man. That's what
man,
it was.
like it was like, come on, man. My guy. And honestly, I really think he went to the Jets as a big FU to us. I 100% think that's what happened. I could be wrong about that, but it was. Think about the front office back then, bro. They weren't like. Here's what I've learned since doing this over the last few years with Solo. I've gotten to know the political side of the Dolphins, and if it was, I have to be perfectly straight up and transparent with you guys. If it wasn't for my absolute love, I'm telling you, if it honestly probably wasn't for this tattoo. All right, and there's a reason I got it, because God knew my love and patience would have been tested with the Dolphins. If it wasn't for them, I don't know if I'd still be a fan, because like they're knowing some of the stuff behind closed doors, and I won't name anything, but I mean, I think you guys can tell a lot by just that statement. Knowing a lot of what happens behind closed doors, bro, just makes me shake my head about that team.
But do you think? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask, like, because you say behind closed doors, do you think it's just? I mean, is it just the business of the NFL or any other sports? Any type of other sport, or is it just
business? It's not even sports. Okay. It's just business, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And when you put business in something that you love, it can take the fun out of it.
True. Yeah.
Bam.
It can take the fun out of it.
We're tying this all to a theme, man. I like that.
Well, that's what I do here on Miami Sports Music, man. Come on, man. Give me a little credit.
Weaving it in there. Yeah.
You know, and here's the thing about that, right? When these players want to go to another team because of a bigger, like, I understand there's no loyalty anymore, and it's not even a thing about loyalty. These teams aren't loyal to the players. They're not.
No.
Understand, people. This is a business. The team is going to do what's best for them. The years and times of, hey, let me get the hometown discount, or done, gone. Those days are gone. You'll never see Derek Jeters or Cal Ripken Jr.'s or Dan Marino's. And what do those three guys have in common? They all played for the same team for a long period of their career, for all their career.
Right.
It's so tough now. It's just a business, and it goes to the point of what's Batman saying? Live long enough to see yourself become a villain. Like, that's basically what it is. Like, you stay on top long enough, there will be a downfall. And it's either going to be a hard one or a short one. Which one do you want it to be? And so it's easier for Jason Taylor to go to the Jets, say screw you to the Dolphins, which is what happened. And you know, that's basically what it was. Now, the good thing is we had a different GM every couple of years. So every time Jason Taylor came back, it was a new regime. It was somebody new.
That is so Dolphins, man.
So Dolphins. Damn Dolphins.
I don't think that you have to do what Green Bay did to Favre, though, either. I mean, looking at what happened there, if they really didn't want him to be
They're
there.
They're doing the same thing to Aaron Rodgers. They're doing the same thing to Aaron Rodgers big time.
Yeah, they kind of are in a sense, but then, that new 2-year deal that extension or whatever that they had out there, they're saying, okay, well, we'll give that to you and we still want you here. It's kind of like, I mean, what are you doing? What are you trying to prove now as the organization? Because now you're flip-flopping, where I get what they tried to do with the quarterback there, and that's just Green Bay in general, and what they did with Favre, but I don't know, man. It leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. And, Aaron Rodgers, the tread on his tires it's not that much there, in a sense, to where he really didn't have his first career game start until 2008. So
4 years into the league.
Right.
Unheard of.
4 years, bro. And he still turned out to be a Hall of Famer, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
And here's another reality to this situation too, right? So let's just go to the Green Bay situation for a second. Great transition. Green Bay is playing chicken. They're playing straight up chicken with Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
That's all it is. And here's the thing. They're doing it because they did it before and they won. And so they're thinking lightning's going to strike again. And you can't be mad at them for saying it. Look, I'll be mad at them. I think it's stupid. You got a lottery pick. You hit one out of a gazillion by getting Aaron Rodgers after Brett Favre. You think Jordan Love's going to do the same thing? No way. No way that happens. Now, here's a reality. It could happen. And if it did, I'd be like, damn, Green Bay fans are the luckiest sons of... But, that's what Green Bay is doing right now. Green Bay is pretty much saying, Aaron Rodgers, you do what you want to do. We want you here.
Right.
Not because we love you, but because this is where you're going to be at. And if you don't like it, too damn bad. That's what this is. And it was funny because here a lot of people don't realize this. Before Dan Marino left, there was a good chance that Dan Marino was going to get traded at the end of his career.
Yeah, to Minnesota, right?
Minnesota for Dante Culpepper. That trade was on the table. It was ready to go. And Marino, all he had to do was just say, okay, I'm going. And he's like, no, I'm going to retire instead. Now, here's a reality to that. Would the Dolphins have been wrong for that?
Yes.
I don't think. Look, as a Dolphins fan, I would have hated to see him in purple.
Yeah,
that would have killed me. But that actually would have benefited our team more. We would have gotten Culpepper for the good years.
Right.
Could you imagine that? That would have been with, by the way, we would have gotten Culpepper for the good years with Ricky. I love Jay Fielder. I do. Love the guy. I would take Dante Culpepper in his prime over him in 2.2 seconds. Like, so damn quick. Like,
but would it be worth putting Dan Marino in purple?
I mean, you look, but there are plenty of Hall of Famers that did it, man. Plenty of them. Johnny Unitas ended his career with the Chargers. You always think of him with the Colts, right? Go ahead, Big Tom.
I was going to say, I mean, I'm sorry I interrupted, but how many actually made it that were actually successful?
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana was one of them, but he was on the end of his career due to the fact of all the concussions. So he knew he had a short time frame. Plus, he was still pissed about San Francisco getting rid of him.
They had Steve Young.
Well, yeah, he also knew that was going to happen. I mean, they wouldn't have brought in Steve Young knowing that he was going to be behind him. There was only a certain amount of time left for him with the issues that he had, and Steve Young was ready to take over, and the new regime there was ready to make the change. So he knew that was going to happen. But what about like one of the biggest ones here recently was Manning. Manning was. He made
Manning's different, right? Because of his injury, though. Like Indy didn't know. Like they're like, bro, you had a straight up. They had to go in and give him a whole new neck.
Yeah. I mean, I think they were ready to make the change though as well. Besides with the possible injury that he was having. I mean, when they see Luck, they're saying, "Ooh, we can have the next Manning again." This kid looks like he's going to be the real deal, but you're right. It might not have happened, but he was successful. He won. I was watching something really quick, switching gears, but the top 10 offenses ever assembled, and one of them was the Denver Broncos of like 2013, and then they ended up going to the Super Bowl, ended up losing horribly to the. To Sandy.
They got
Seattle.
Killed by Seattle in that Super Bowl.
That was so odd, man. That was like watching Denver Broncos in the early '90s against Buffalo. I mean, against Dallas or whoever else they were playing then. You just sit there and go, man, how does this happen? And Elway, doing so well in the first half and the second half, they lose it against San Francisco or Dallas. You're just going, what are you doing? I don't know.
Elway should have had a Super Bowl long before he had one, and that Super Bowl with Denver that you're talking about with Manning's not the reason they won that Super Bowl. Anybody could have played quarterback in that Super Bowl and won. Let's just get that straight. And you can say what you want, man. Like, Manning is no way, shape, and part the reason that they won that Super Bowl.
Oh, you're talking about no, I agree with you that defense. I don't think we had. I think was it on your channel? I think it was yesterday that I talking about defenses. I think it was in this channel that Denver's defense that year doesn't get enough credit. It was to me. It matches up against
three defense
Baltimore.
Of all time.
Yeah, Baltimore's defense, or even better than Baltimore's defense. They were that damn good. Now, talk about the original Orange Crush. That's an Orange Crush right there.
Yeah.
That I wish they would have said, "Hey, that's the Orange Crush." I mean, that defense.
I'll say this: top defenses of all time, top 5 defenses of all time, in order. 2000 Ravens, number 1. Let's get that straight. Like, that team was stacked.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then number 2 is 85 Bears.
Oh, yeah.
They were just amazing. Number 3, I would have to say, is the 72 Dolphins.
No name defense.
And then number 4 is that Broncos defense that Super Bowl win, right? The Orange Crush. And then 5, I'm not sure. It's probably a mix-up. There's a few teams that are there for 5. But, I mean, you could say the Steel Curtain. You could say
Legion of Doom.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ones. But so top 4, those are my top 4 defenses of all time. And with there's not even question with them, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, but to answer, some of your other question, they're or to give my 2 cents worth on your statement, which I thought was very accurate, by the way. I have to bringing
it.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah.
What I would have to say is that I look at these teams, and I think that Marino, had changed jerseys, had Marino went up to Minnesota, and we got Culpepper. I mean, just think of little things like that, right? Like, I'm glad Marino spent his whole career with Miami. I'm very proud of that. I do not like the fact that he never won a Super Bowl. And I don't know if maybe he could have won in Minnesota. We don't know that. There was Chris Carter and Randy Moss in Minnesota. That was a good team.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if Culpepper would have succeeded without those two. Anywhere.
I think here's what I think. I think Marino. We're saying what ifs here, right?
Right.
I think Marino in that Minnesota offense would have done better than had he had done staying another year in Miami.
Yeah.
And I think Culpepper was better than Marino as far as I can take hits, I'm elusive, I can do X, Y, and Z. So he would have been better fit for the Dolphins, which would have made the Dolphins better.
So, I mean, because then I have a little pushback because – don't forget about Robert Smith. He retired early in his career, and he was, damn good for that team as a running back. But, you're talking about elusive and you talk about mobile. There's some differences there. And I think that, we're Marino and you have Dan Fouts and I think Ben Roethlisberger and you have Rivers that are very similar in that asset where they're very big men, 6'4".
Stay in the pocket.
Right.
Stay in the pocket, mobile quarterbacks, and they can. And Marino was very good at moving side to side, back up and back, and knowing what was going on, and he could feel the pressure. Now, one of the best at it was, I think, Ben right now, in a sense, to where he could feel it and get out and maneuver to where you think you have him, and you just don't. And he's so
Ben
slippery.
is also a giant too. When you try to tackle Ben with one hand, that's not happening.
Yeah, right. So slippery when wet. But you're looking at a difference between mobile quarterbacks and elusive quarterbacks. And I think those type of guys were very elusive, where you have your mobiles like, yes, Dante Culpepper, you have McNabb. Those are different type of, mobile quarterbacks, I feel. But I can't take anything away from those guys. I mean, but to see Culpepper, this is my problem, the same way as with Watson. If in fact that happened, I'm not trying to bring anything up like that right now. No, you don't want, but my problem is that.
See, you had to bring it back to Watson.
I'm not trying to, but everybody's so high on that. And everybody's so high on that. And I just think that, gives possible better chance to win. I think that he gives us a window, a definite 1, possible 2, where if Tua does pan out, and that's the problem, it's the if factor. If he does, then and Tua pulls up, 41 to 3,800 yards, I think we have the guy, which means we've wasted that pick, because I don't think Watson has it in him to get us to an AFC Championship game. And if he does, it's maybe one time out of his career. I think he's this guy that puts up tons of numbers, and that's it. I don't think he's going to get us there. It hasn't shown, it hasn't proven. To me, he's not a proven commodity. The only thing he has proven is, yes, he has gotten to a couple playoffs. Yes, he has won one. Yes, but he hasn't been to the games like, let's say, Aaron Rodgers, that gives you that 3 to 5 year window, if in that case. So we're talking about proven commodity. Yeah, I mean, Tua's not that proven commodity either, but yeah, it's only in his second year compared to his fifth. I'm trying. That's how I look at it, where I do understand. I did agree to a certain extent in the beginning, but now that's just my view on it right now. I just don't.
So are you making more of a point about Culpepper to the Dolphins back in the day, or are you making more of a point about Watson?
First of all, you just don't know, because you just don't know if they are going to fit in very well with the team. So he could come here and he could put up all the numbers he wants to. It doesn't mean that they're going to get where you think that he's going to go, where you're going to go with them. And I just think that you're thinking too highly of this individual. It takes a special player to do that, and only a few have done that, switching teams and made that type of an impact. And like I said, coming into another team, I mean, look at what Tom Brady, again, the guy is just flawless. I'm sorry, but when you look, I don't care what anybody says. If you want to sit there and say that they were cheaters or whatever, I've heard Pittsburgh Steelers of cheaters.
I would have had Tom Brady 10 out of 10 times of all the quarterbacks we've ever had.
Yeah,
Cincinnati, all my life I've been, living in Cincinnati. All you hear, all Pittsburgh's cheaters, but it's because they win. So I think that the one thing that we're missing here is New England. They've done something that no other team probably will ever do. And it's something special. It's something special. And you got to look at like going, man, I wish that was my team. That's why people are pissed. It's not because they're cheaters, because every team, I'm sure, does something like that. It's because of what they did and what we couldn't do.
Well, the Dolphins in the 70s were the Patriots. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, they were. And here's the thing. So it's a competitive edge within the state of the rules. Now, Deflategate is one thing. Videogate is another thing. I think that is where you're towing the line. But to say that Don Shula states he never cheated, and he didn't. I don't believe that he ever did. But if you don't think Don Shula bent the rules a little bit within the guidelines of the rule book to make things work in his favor, y'all got another thing coming. Because
shizzle.
So let's go. Exactly. So, but let's go back to Deflategate. So that's kind of funny to me, because I think it's very humorous. And the funny thing is that, only the time that they complained about the teams that complained about it was after the game. My thing is, if I'm a coach from the other team and I know this something's fishy going on or whatever, then I'm going to sit there and say, hey, anytime you get a chance, you get that ball when there's an incomplete pass and you bring it to me and I want to feel that ball. But the only time that they complained about it was after the game. Never the time where it was a possibility there. To me, makes no sense whatsoever. And they're just pissed off because they lost. And I don't think even with Brady, it doesn't make a big difference whatsoever. And I'm sorry, I'll
disagree with you. I get what you're saying. I'll disagree with you. In cold weather, a full ball, a fully pumped air ball to a deflated ball, big difference.
So then why didn't you see players go? Why didn't you see players wouldn't you be, as a coach, why wouldn't you have told your players, hey, if you get a chance to get that ball, get it and feel it and then complain to the referees, not at the end of the game? Why was there quarterbacks out there say, hey, it's no big deal? They all do it. But yet still it's a big deal.
I don't have a good answer for you on that, big time. I don't. Real quick, because I want to get into this conversation a little bit more. I want to get somebody who's in the back room. Estefan, what's up, my guy?
What's going on, fellas? Good morning, man. Good morning.
Good morning to you, man. I know your back's been feeling a little bit bad. I'm glad you're in here with us talking this morning.
Yeah, man. I heard some of what you guys were saying. It's pretty interesting, man.
Well, the floor is yours, my friend.
I had to hit on the deflated ball game. You know what? The other quarterback played with the exact same quarterback. How come he couldn't throw the ball like Tom Brady? That's what was my.
Oh, you mean played with the same ball?
Yeah, they were using the same ball. I'm just like, why didn't he play the same way? You know what I mean? It was an even playing field. You know what I mean? To an extent, if that's an advantage, how come the other guys couldn't take the advantage like Tom Brady? Yeah, he was using the same balls. There was like multiple balls, but I believe. What was it, like 10 balls? I think 7 or 8 of them, had the air pressure taken out of them. So, I mean, I don't know, man. And as for the whole Watson deal, man, like I respect your opinion big time, bro. But we're at a point in time where you got to strike while the iron is hot, baby. This defense is ready to go. And if you have one piece that you need to add to your team and you feel like it's Deshaun Watson, then you got to make that move, bro. But in my opinion, I don't think Watson and Culpepper are the same quarterbacks because of the mobility issue. Watson has always been a proven commodity because he's shown you what he can do by himself. As if you just look at what he's doing opposed to what his entire team's doing, because it's a team sport. Watson's only going to get as far as the team around him. And he's had some good pieces, but I feel like what we got going right now, especially with the coaching and the coaching style, this is how you get to the Super Bowl. I just feel like the difference between, what's this coach's name? Leaving my mind. The guy that did all the horrible trades and whatnot. O'Brien. I felt that he was a pretty good coach, but I felt like where he fell
was
short
for the Dolphins.
On the field, you got to give him credit. You know what I mean? They won they won their division a couple of times, man. The point that I'm making is, and been to the playoffs. The thing that O'Brien lacked that I see that Flores should have is consistency, man. Flores looks like he's going to be he still has to prove it to an extent, but he showed us that he's going to manage games. That's what he did this year. You know what I mean? I never saw that from Bill O'Brien, man. I saw it was like, like rock'em sock'em, you strike, I strike. That's the way the Texan style was. It's like they didn't really have a style. We have a style. Flores has a style that he wants to coach with. I feel like if you add Watson to that, I don't see how that's
Here's what I'll say about Houston, those Houston teams, and to piggyback on your stuff, Estefan, to Big Time, and then I'll let Big Time come back. I think a lot of people think that those Houston teams were good football teams. They were not. They had good players. They were not good football teams. They had guys like J.J. Watt, right? They had guys like Andre Johnson. Man, who else?
But they always beat us, bro.
Yeah, they did, and they could put up points, but their defenses were never on par, right? Like their defenses were never quite.
Yeah, they had Brian Cushing at linebacker. He was he was all right.
Yeah, and
Brendan McKinney, which we got.
Yeah, look, I'm not saying they didn't have pieces there, but I don't think they ever had enough to put a winning, like a Super Bowl contending team on the field.
Legitimate, yeah. I don't think that they have.
And so I would say that our defense now is better than any defense Houston ever had, ever. And then I would also say that, from a Deshaun Watson standpoint too, you could have good guys around you. You can put up 40 points a game. But if your defense is giving up 45 points a game, you're not going to win. And I feel like that's what we saw a lot in those old Houston teams. So I don't put Houston, like Deshaun Watson not winning in those big games on Deshaun. Personally, I don't. But I would like to see him play on a really, really good team, which I think we, by the way, are a really, really good team. And I know that we haven't won a playoff game yet, and I get that. I get I'm being a homer. But the moment we win a playoff game here, boys, I won't hear nothing, because we at that point will then be considered a legit contender. The moment we win a playoff game, the Dolphins will automatically be considered a legit contender.
We're next, bro. We're next. Tampa got theirs. We're next, bro. I just don't see, I don't see how this should regress. You know what I mean?
And by the way, whether we
We're
get
Dolphin
Deshaun
fans.
or not, it's fine, because I believe in Tua, and I think Tua is the shit. Let's just get that straight.
Yeah.
But I do think that if we get Deshaun, I won't be mad either. I really won't be.
Well, my whole thing with I got to put it in the right context every time that I speak on Tua. I want Tua to succeed, and it'd be awesome if he did. It's better for, the future of the team. I don't think it's a make or break if we get Deshaun Watson either. I think we got the trade pieces. I don't think that'll kill the future. My whole
I do
thing
think
with
Deshaun is better than Tua right now, but I think Tua has a brighter future.
I don't think anybody's going to argue that. My whole thing with Tua is there's stuff going on behind the scenes, y'all, in practice that we don't know about. You know what I mean? It's the eye test that, that the coaches are seeing and they're going to see in training camp. And
well, let me answer to that, Estefan. I'm going to interrupt. If they trade him, then we know the eye tests weren't shit. Like they didn't want it. If they don't trade him, then we know that they still have love and affection for him.
But that's not necessarily true, though, is it? I mean,
business.
I mean, because if you sit there and you say that, the eye test, and then they say, well, then he wasn't worth the squeeze. That's not true, because they see somebody in a commodity like Watson. So just because that they are going ahead and taking Watson and they're going to go ahead and get rid of Tua, doesn't mean it's just he wasn't ready yet.
There's no guarantee that if we get Watson that we trade Tua away in this.
Right, exactly, though. See, that's my point. But again, though, the commodity of what Watson gives you of already being to a playoff game, he has won a playoff game. So he's been further in that situation. Plus, the numbers are there. So you know what you're getting there. The question is, can he be a proven commodity in Miami? Can he get us there to the point that will he fit in well? Will he fit in with Flores? Because Flores, to me, again, he manages the game. He wants just to manage the game, control the tempo, control the clock. And I think he's honestly, in my opinion, if he gets his opportunity and things work out the way it does, and it's of course a big if, I think he's better than Belichick. That's just me. But of course, the only thing that changes
somebody
that,
said it beside me. I said Flores is better than Belichick too.
The only thing that changes that, of course, that's way high, broad view is that, of course, Belichick has all those Super Bowls, but I think he's the best out of all the bunch that have gone on to another team and been a coach.
Belichick is a tyrant. And Flores is that what's the best analogy for me to give? He's that school principal that you don't want to piss off because he'll suspend your ass in a minute, but he's also playful and knows when you screw up. Sometimes it's just you being you, right? And he'll put his arm around you and say, "Bro, come on now, you know better," right? And so that's how I look at Flores. Flores can rule with an iron fist, but he knows when not to. And
he's
for me,
business, yo.
Yeah,
he's business.
He's also a player's coach. He's a player's coach. When you see your head coach running out on a field to fight a player with the helmet on, my guy, all day, give me that smoke. I want that guy on my team all day.
It's hard to argue again. Like I don't disagree with you. I don't agree with you. I'm sorry. I agree with you, Swan, that when you're looking at the view of making the team better complete, then yes, of course, I'm not going to sit there and I'll be a little bit, listen, I'm not a Tua advocator by any means, but I don't think he's getting the opportunity by any means. And I think there's a lot more going on behind the scenes, whether whether I know somebody or I don't know somebody. I just think there are a lot of things that are being overlooked. And I think that when you look at everything, there's so much there that just makes no sense. And there's a lot of things going on behind closed doors that certain people are getting blamed for or whatever. And I just think that in general, in general that when we look at it, that we can't jump the gun, because I think that overall, I just think that nothing makes sense to me. It really doesn't. I just think that, when you have individuals, let's say like Pete, that comes in and says, that, well, why wasn't he starting? Why wasn't he doing this or doing that? And I like Pete. Don't get me wrong. Me and him talked a few times here and there. We've disagreed to agree or whatever. But I just think that, the move was made because at that specific time he was better. And I think Flores was ready to make the change because of the fact that that Fitzpatrick was inconsistent. And I do believe that, even at 60 to 70%, he was much better than Fitzpatrick. And he gave that opportunity. All the Dolphins needed at that specific time with Flores, the way he ran the team, was a player that managed the game at a consistent level and not turning the ball over at volatile times. So, yeah, of course, you had some bad games. You had some very good games, and you've seen a sample size of him. I just don't – the thing is that looking back at like what Ross had did keeping Tannehill for over 6 to 7 years, let's just say, and everybody's saying that Tua was his pick, then why would he want to move on so quickly? And I don't think as an owner, he's going to be willing to swallow his pride that quickly and say, okay, let's go ahead and make the change when he had that much pride, that much to sit there and say he had that much, he had that much, he believed into it in that sense. And my thing is that because it's too risky of a pick at 5 and what was going on with Tua at that particular time. That's why I say I don't think he's going to move off of Tua like that. That's why I don't think that the move's ever going to happen.
Well, Big Time said a lot of stuff there. Like you mentioned.
I know. I'm sorry, man.
Real quick. I'm going to let Estefan and Dolphin down. I'm going to let you guys go. Real quick, though. Number one, Big Time, you know how I feel. I think Stephen Ross has no say whatsoever on that on the field stuff. I think if anybody, I don't believe it. There's no way that I think that happens. That's just me. Number two, let me hit the reset button, and then Estefan and Dolphin Don, I'll let you guys go. This is Miami Sports Music's number one Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers. I want to give a big shout out to Jason Miller, who just donated $10. Thank you very much, man. Good morning, fins up no matter what. If you guys also want to donate to the channel, if you guys look above on the top of the screen here, you'll see the super chat, or you'll see the Cash App or the PayPal. Any way you guys want to donate to the channel, it helps the channel grow. And also remember, guys, hit that like button if you haven't hit it already, and please share this content. And also, one last thing, I want to answer somebody's question. Somebody asked tonight what time the roundtable is going to be. Guys, tonight at 9 p.m., we are going to have a DolFan Chat roundtable, and I'm going to have guys like TD Fins talk, stopping through, K Flexin, Reason, Wade, the guys from last night's debut podcast, the Hellfins are going to be there. And if you guys want to see, if you speak a little Espanol, go check out Hellfins, the first Spanish-speaking podcast dedicated to the Miami Dolphins. From Dolphins Nation, Mexico. It's good stuff there. Definitely want to make that happen. All right, guys. Estefan, go ahead, man. I apologize, bro.
Yeah, no, so if he put, was it Dolphin Don that was talking? It was Dolphin Don, right? No, so when he was talking, was it Big Time? Okay, my bad, Big Time. Like if you put what you said in a question form, that was a loaded question because you said quite a bit there, bro. But here's my thing, man. As far as who drafted Tua, you don't have to look any farther than when Chris Greer and Stephen Ross were on the sideline at Alabama games telling you that they were going to draft Tua. And if you go back to when all that was going down, man, Flores wasn't even a part of the picture, bro. So that tells you that Tua pick, whether we want to accept that, Flores was involved in it, he might have been okay with it, but that's not necessarily a Flores pick, man. And so here's where I'm at on the whole, whether he deserved to start or not, man. This is just, call it what you want, man. I'm just calling how I see it, man. I'm not against Tua. I'm just saying, man. He wasn't the better quarterback. That had to have been a office decision. And I hear you, Steven, but bro, after all the stuff that Fitzpatrick was doing for us up until that point, the trajectory that guy was on, that had to have been a office move. And here's why. In the preseason this year, they said they're focusing on his retention. He came out and said that he didn't know the playbook. And whether you want to say it really, really, really well or whatnot, why are you going to put somebody out there that does not know the playbook? Also, his trainer, personal trainer, said he was 60%. We were seeing that. I was seeing that Tua didn't look like himself in the pocket. He didn't look like Alabama Tua. Why was he out there? He definitely did. He did not. I'm sorry, man. I'm just going to say it, dude. He did not deserve to be out there on that field over Fitz, bro. Fitz was our best chance to win, period, man. It was not Tua, you know what I mean? And that might not sit well with a lot of people, but that's if you just go and what I just stated, facts. Those were all facts, man. Those were all facts. It's not me just like trying to create a narrative here, man.
Yeah, so yeah, I respect that, man. I do, and I get what you're saying. And
no, you don't tell him you disagree, big time.
I do disagree. I disagree fully because I'm not, like I said, I'm not a Tua lover, but one thing that I did see, multiple things. One is, Fitzpatrick, you can't take anything away from Fitzpatrick because he was a beast. And, he did give us a little bit more than what Tua could give us at that specific time. I mean, he was able to, manipulate the defense where the defense, with a rookie, you can manipulate that in a different way. Also, I think that, with him being able to read certain things a lot quicker, of course, he's been in the league for a lot longer, but you could tell with what he was putting out there and how he was putting his body in check so many times, he was wearing himself down very, very quickly. He also, again, he turned the ball over multiple times in critical situations where we could have won games. This is the reason why where I'm sitting here saying where if you believe that he would have lasted 16 games in the season, then you're sadly mistaken. Just no disrespect, but I think this is where people are not looking at a full season at how he was going. His arm wasn't as good as it was in the year before. I think they were looking for him to be in better shape when they came into camp, but he wasn't. I think in the first few games, there's no way they were going to put two in, and you could tell. To me, the first game that they had was the coaches failed the players in the first game. The second game wasn't so much like that. But if you look at Fitzpatrick,
there was also no preseason and no training.
Well, yeah, I get that part of it. But again, though, if you look at how the coaching staff was, you could see even veterans out of whack in the first game. Like that should not have happened. But that's just a figure of opinion. But to me, Fitzpatrick was already done. Again, like I said, when you look at Flores and how he runs his team, and where I think you agree is that he manages a game, he controls the game, he controls the clock. He did not want somebody continuously turn the ball over in critical situations where he can handle a rookie quarterback that he can actually train and learn and teach. Hey, you don't need to do these things. You don't need to force it. We have a defense. That's why both of them complemented each other more so than Fitzpatrick. That's why I say even with him being at 60 or 70 or 80% of whatever Tua was, he was the better quarterback at that specific time to start, and he proved it. He actually did. I don't think Fitzpatrick would even gotten close to a playoff berth.
Okay, let me put my 2 cents in. Actually, I might have 3. I've been waiting patiently, bro. Well, number one, first off, we got scientific proof Tom Brady, not Bill Belichick, is behind all those Patriots wins. That's number one. That's just facts. Bill Belichick has nothing to do with nothing. I'm gonna throw it out there. So, but this other thing about Tua, man, I think Brian Flores understood early on the future of this team is not Chan Gailey and it's not Ryan Fitzpatrick. So that's why Tua got forced into action early. And I agree with you, Esther. He got thrown in way too early. He looked more like Charlie Batch than Joe Montana.
Wow. Okay.
So I mean, that's just the truth, man. I mean, everybody wants to say, "Oh, well, he has this better, this better, this better," and it just makes everybody who doesn't like Tua just like, "Oh man, they're going to say he's the greatest thing since sliced bread." No, he's not. But he did have no training camp, and he was thrown into the situation way too daggone soon. But that's why, because Brian Flores knew, hey, we're not keeping Chan Gailey, we're not keeping Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I thought Big Time mentioned something interesting that it was fair what he said. I think some of us forgot that Fitz's arm was given out late towards the end of some of those games. You could clearly see that he didn't have juice on the ball. So
I want
give
him
you
to.
that, man. I think that's fair. When you brought that up, because a lot of people kind of forgot about that.
Here's a good eye test for us, right? He's going to play in Washington this year, and he's going to be the man. There's nobody that's coming up from behind him. He's going to play, right? And so a reality thing is, and I know it's another year, right? But now he's the man. He's fully healthy. I don't think there's any reason not to think that whatever. If we start seeing late in game and Washington games this year, him heaving it, which is what he does, we're going to know. We're going to have a very good chance to be like, he would have done the same shit down here.
Yeah.
He's gonna ball out, bro. He's gonna ball out.
Let's get something straight.
Rivera,
I want to say two things. Washington's going to make the playoffs, and they're going to win a playoff game, and Fitzpatrick is going to be the reason why. Let's get that straight. But I am going to tell you they're going to lose some games specifically because of his throwing.
I don't know about that, man. Ron Rivera is Flores 2.0, bro. He's a defensive-minded coach.
Mark my words, he will throw interceptions that will lose them games.
Well, like he's just going to run out of
possible. That's possible.
Do you not think that Fitzpatrick got a little bit comfortable because he knows he has another shot here with another team, and I'm guaranteeing you he's working his butt off this time around, knowing that even if he doesn't have anybody behind him, he has to prove he only has maybe 1 or 2 years left to see if he can actually get to where he wants to go.
He wants to win a Super Bowl. That's his goal now.
I don't know. I mean, I just think he got a little bit comfortable in that in the year. I mean, it could have been with a COVID thing going on, but having a rookie quarterback behind you, ready to play and wanting to play is one thing, but not coming into practice like you always do, and not and leaving your arm, and not. And from what I've heard is that he always stayed away from using his arm too soon. So when he come into practice, that's when you need to start using it, but of course, not as much. But anyways, that's just what I heard, though. But I mean, it's hard to say, I guess, right?
I'm just going to state my opinion on the whole Fitz thing. I think after what happened to him here in Miami, the fact that, he came out publicly and with his, teary-eyed self talking about, he was hurt when Tua got the start.
That's my quarterback.
I think all that's gonna fuel this guy, man. I think he is pushing to see like where he can get. Like, if it's the Super Bowl, then you know what I mean? It's what it is. But I think that he's pushing for something more than just mediocrity, man, because it's he's getting older. This could be his last chance. So all right, I think he's gonna have a special season, though. I think Fitz is gonna have a special season this year, bro. The Redskins
I love y'all, but I got stuff to do. I got to get ready for tonight's show. I'm exhausted.
That's going to be fire, Steve. That's going to be fire, man.
Are you excited for tonight's show? Tonight's show is going to be great.
I'm going to be at work, but I'm going to be listening in.
Hey, did you guys listen to Hellfins yet?
I've had some of it, Steven, man. I need to finish it. I think they were on with you in the morning or something, right?
Well,
I missed yesterday.
They were, but Paris, who's in the chat box right now, along with Chochos and Armand, debuted their show last night. So if you go to Miami Sports Music's YouTube page, you're going to see the debut episode of Hellfins. So make sure you go check that out. The first ever Spanish podcast dedicated to the Miami Dolphins. I'm just super stoked about it. It's going to be,
man.
Awesome.
I am. I wouldn't say I'm fluent in Spanish, but I speak Spanish. I understand it. And from what I heard, that was pretty damn good, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We got a lot of great feedback. And even if you don't understand Spanish, please go to the video and like it and share it. Help me out. Help me help those guys out. That's one. And then the other thing, tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, DolFan Chat. We're going to have a roundtable sports chat show. Now, there's a kicker here, okay? You guys are in the chat box right now chatting it up, having a good old grand time, and that is great. But if you are not a member of the channel, you're not going to be able to chat tonight. That's right. The chat box tonight is reserved for members only. It's going to be a members only chat in the chat box. Now, you'll be able to watch, but if you want to get in on the action and talk amongst, you have to be a member of the channel. So I'm asking everybody, if you are not already, go sign up and become a member today. Okay? Sign up. There's 3 different tiers. There's the, whatchamacallit. Here, help me out. Help me out here, Estefan. Point to the point. I need your pointer. No, you're not going to point. All right, good talk, Russ. Nope. To the side. To the side. Other side. This side. Go over. There we go. Right there. Right there. What you're going to do is you're going to see my man there, and you can go to DolFan, DWA, DWA for life, and DWA loyalty. Good job, man. Way to go. And look, that's what we do here on Miami Sports Music. So make sure you sign up to become a member, because that is the only way you're going to be able to chat tonight. I want to make sure you guys know that. It's going to be good times. All right, we're going to get final thoughts from everybody, and then we're going to go from there. All right, so big time, I'm going to go with you first. Your final thoughts of the day, any and everything we talked about. The floor is yours for a couple of minutes. It's all you, whatever you want to say.
I appreciate just being up here talking with you guys, and appreciate being a part of the family and everybody in the chat. I watch everybody in the chat, so listen, and don't be afraid to say what's up or say hi. I'll say hi back or whatever. But listen, the only thing I sit there and say is, I feel that we're going in the right direction. I hope that we get to where we all want to go, which is a Super Bowl and Super Bowl win. Other than that, fins up all day, every day, and trust the process, because I think that you just do your own due diligence and look into these things, because, you can't believe everything you hear. And there's a lot that you can definitely, you can take another opinion and spin it any way you want to, but just do your own due diligence and do your own research. At times you'll feel better about it too.
Definitely. Big time. Thank you, brother. I love you, man. Your support means the world to me, brother.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, fellas.
Have a good one, boss.
Later, guys.
All right. That's big time. All right. Now, DolFan Don, the floor is yours, my friend.
What is good, brothers? It's always good to be out here with my brothers from another mother out here. We're all Dolphins fans. We're like dogs, man. We gotta wear our spots. Whenever they do something stupid, man, hey, we're still gonna be Dolphin fans.
Yep.
That's the way it is. And just want to thank you, Stephen, for the platform, man, and also for using that platform for good, man.
I appreciate that.
Totally behind you 100%, man. And everybody who's not a member out there, come on, man, join in. You got to let your voice be heard, man, to be a true Dolphin fan. I think, I'm along with Big Time. I'm thinking, hey, let's trust the flow cess a little bit here. I feel like, Tua didn't really get the full opportunity last year. I'm waiting to see what he can do this year. If it don't happen this year, then we probably need to start entertaining some thoughts. But until that time, I'm just going to stick with what I know. Fins up every day, y'all.
DolFan Don, I love you, brother. Thank you so much. And as I said before, to the last gentleman, I'll say to you, your support means the world to me. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
All right, have a good one. And then there was one, Estefan. No,
man, dude, I don't know how to use my finger, bro, on this camera. Yeah, no, it was an honor being on with the DolFan Don and Big Time, bro. Love the community. I love being able to just hop on in the morning and drink some coffee, bro. And that's what's up, man. I want to go to the Super Bowl. I don't know how we're gonna get there. It's up to the coaches at this point. We can talk about it all we want, but you know what I mean. These guys get they get the front row seats to this in training camp, bro, and they're gonna see what's going down with this whole offensive side of the ball. That's the question mark. It's the offensive. It's as much as we talk about Tua. I'm concerned with the offensive line. You know what I mean, just as much. So them guys gotta figure it out, come together. You know what I mean. The story of the 2021 Dolphins is going to be the same as the year before, man. If they don't get that running game popping off,
you are 100% correct.
Who cares? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Hey, man, are you going to be checking in tonight?
I'll check it out. See what's up, man. For sure, man.
We got the whole squad up there tonight, man. It's gonna be good times.
Yeah, I'll definitely check in and shout out to you guys in the chat box and Hellfins. The Hellfins is legit, bro. I liked it a lot, man. From what I heard, I haven't finished the podcast, but I'm gonna come back around and finish it. I would love to talk to those guys, man. I got questions for them, bro.
Well, they're gonna be doing live episodes here in a couple of weeks. So
are they?
Yep. So you'll be able to get a chance to talk to them, which I'm pretty excited about. And it's gonna be awesome. But yeah, and Estefan, one last thing I need you to do. I need you to do two things for me. I need you to tell people why they should become a member, and then I need you to tell people why they should donate and like the stream. Go. It's all you. The floor is yours.
So this is something new that's getting started.
Space. Let's see your beautiful face.
All right. So this is something new that's getting started over here with Steven. It's a community, y'all. It's a family. You know what I mean? This is the best thing you can have when you wake up in the morning is Steven with clock blockers, you know what I mean? The best thing that's happened to the Miami community, Miami Dolphins community,
making me blush.
You know what I mean? It's the best thing that's happened as far as, you know, morning time and, you know what I mean, getting the community together. I mean, I got to take my hat off to Steven because he's unified a lot of platforms. You see a lot of guys, you know, that you might not have seen too often together in one place. So we're better else than to have it here on Miami Sports Network with Steven and clock blockers and all these little spring offs that we got going over here with Hellfins, man. And Doll Freaky at the Freak Show, you know, people like that. So, you know, then you got Wade with What Would Shula Do? So, you know what I mean? There's a plethora over here. If you're a Dolphin fan, donate to it because it's going to grow, be a part of it. You know what I mean?
Stevie D is forming the Finn multiverse.
That's what's
I like
up,
it.
Man.
I do like that. Oh, you gave me some ideas, Cap for Life. That's good. I like it.
Let's help it grow, man. That way we can, you know, and the bigger it gets, the more publicity it gets. You never know, man.
How can they help it grow, Estefan? What can they do to help it grow?
Donate, help it grow, y'all. Help it grow. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and speak it into existence. And I mean, we're gonna have current players getting interviewed on here. You know what I mean? So you know, the sooner you guys donate, the sooner that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I know Steven's he's got his tentacles on this franchise and he's gonna get these guys interviewed for us. So that's the big picture. Ain't that right, Steven?
All day, every day.
That's right, bro.
I appreciate the love, man. Thank you so much, man.
That's what's up, man. Anytime, bro.
Be good. All right, that was Estefan. And then there was one, and it was me. Bro, I love you guys. I super duper love you guys. You guys are the best that there is. Look, you guys are hands down the greatest fans that are out there. And you guys make me blush and make me feel real good by saying those kind words that you said. It's definitely awesome. Dolphin Don says, have a blessed day, Clock Blockers. Hey, get Larry on the panel tonight. Larry is more than welcome on the panel. Tell Larry to hit me up. Let's see here. You know, Jacoby Irving Fig says, Jacoby Brissett is your backup, Pedro. Perry says, see you guys tonight, Blockers World. Guys, go check out Hellfins, please, even if you don't understand Spanish. Fantasy Fan Panel says, we want a Tua interview, and I have questions. Let's go. I'm with that. I want to Cap for Life says, I want to interview the guys who interview the other guys. I like it. Irving says, Tua's going to lay the smackdown on you, Pete. He's going to give you the people's elbow. Ugh, bro, all day. Look here, guys. This has been fun. I'm exhausted, honestly. It has been a crazy morning. Just want to kind of talk to you about everything. And look, I want to see you guys tonight. If you guys have not done so, matter of fact, real quick, few things before we get going. We're at 37 likes. Let's get to 40 likes. Can we get to 40 likes before we leave? And the other thing I need you guys to do, okay, is donate to the channel. So let's get 3 more likes, 5 more donations. 3 more likes, 5 more donations in the next 5 minutes. Let's go. Come on. Donate. Let's go. We're going to do it like I did back in the day. Old school. Little call hour. How does it work? The telethon. We're going to do a telethon real quick. A little quick 5-minute telethon, 10-minute telethon. Let's go. What I need you guys to do right now is I need you to go hit that like button and make sure you guys donate to the channel. That's donate, DONATE, donate to the channel. We got YouTube Live Super Chat, we got Cash App, and we got PayPal. Donate to the channel. Let's go. Guys, I don't care if you donate $1. Let's go. It all helps. It all helps. Only got one donation today, and I want to give a big shout out to the gentleman who did that, which would be my man, Jason Miller, with the $10 donation. Thank you, good sir. Thank you, kind sir, to you. You're the man. Absolutely, let's go. Love it. So come on, 5 more donations. 5 more donations. Can we get 5 more donations? That'll be 6 donations for the day. But if we get to 6, maybe I might ask for 10. Let's go. Guys, if all 20 of you that are watching right now donated $1, I'm just saying, that goes to helping a long way. I'm just saying, it does. Or if somebody wants to pick up the slack from somebody else, that's fine too. Let's see here. Cap for Life, $5 donation. Thank you, good sir. That's 1 donation. 4 more to go. 4 more to go. Come on, guys. 4 more to go. I'm going to dance for you guys until I get those 5 donations. Let's go. Might even sing. All right, there we go. Chris Johnson with the 99-cent donation. My guy, that's 2. 3 more to go. 3 more to go. You guys obviously want to see me sing and dance all day long. Come on. Fantasy fan panel. Pete with the $1.99 donation. That's 3. 2 more to go. 2 more. Who's going to beat the $10 donation today? Who's going to beat the highest donation? Estefan with the $2 donation. That's 4. See, now I might ask for 10 total because 6 is just an odd number, right? So let's go. 1 more donation gets us to 6, and then 4 more donations gets us to 10. And then we'll have 10 donations of the day. 10, baby. We can do it. Let's go. Let's go. I'm going to dance until you guys give me those donations. All right, there's 6. Come on, 4 more. 4 more donations. Let's go, guys. Let's go. We got the 6 donations. Let's get to 10. Let's get to 10 total. Somebody beat the highest donation of the day, which is $10. My guy, Jason Miller. Who's going to beat the $10 donation? Spread kindness and love, Duke says. I like it. I like it. All right, there we go. That's 7 from Pete. Pete with another $1.99. That's 7. That's 7. That's 7. 3 more donations, guys. Gets us to 10 for the day. Can we do it? And we only need 1 more to get to 40 likes. 3 more donations, 1 more like. Chris Johnson donated twice all day, Estefan. Cap for Life donated twice. There we go. That's 8. That's 8. 2 more donations. 2 more donations. I love it, guys. 5. There we go. There we go. 2 more. Oh, 1 more donation. That's Pete. Pete with the $10 donation. Or $5 donation. My guy, Pete. My guy, Pete. 1 more gets us to 10. And if you guys want to get to, you know what? We can get to lucky number 13. We can get to Dan Marino. Can we get to Dan Marino's number 13? Matter of fact, let me do this. Last 4 donations, because we're at 9 donations. Last 4 donations, make it Dan Marino donations. $13 donations. Let's go. Last 4. Come on. Let's go. $13 Dan Marino donations. Let's go. Who's got it? Who's got it? Chris Johnson got us to 10. All right, 3 more. Make them Dan Marino donations. And we get $13 to 13 donations. I'm just saying. Get Dan Marino, baby. All day. Got the 10. You guys are doing it today, man. Shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are absolutely awesome. Bless you all. Got to answer these phones. Nobody works anymore. Pete, I love you, brother. Thank you, man. And I hope you tune in tonight at 9 p.m. And yeah, man. And be that guy. Love you, man. Come on. 3 more donations gets us to 13. $13 donations. Come on. Come on down. No. Did I lose y'all? We got to 10, though. That's impressive. You guys are the man. Like the Heat found Bam. All right, Irvin. There's 11. 2 more donations. $13 donations. Let's go. We got 11 donations. Can't end on 11 donations. Got to end either on 13 or 15. Let's go. But 13. Last 2 donations make them $13 donations. Come on. Let's do the Dan Marino. Do hashtag Dan Marino donation. Hashtag Dan Marino donation. Hashtag 13. There we go. I like it. Hashtag Dan Marino donation. Hashtag 13. We're at 11 donations. Let's go. All right, Chris Johnson. That's 12 donations. There we go. 1 more to 13. 1 more to 13, people. I'm doing push-ups. Air push-ups. Maybe I should do some real ones. Maybe. Hit the 40. 40 likes. We're at 41 likes, my guys. Come on. Let's go. Tonight. Tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to have a great show. Irving said 13 will be the biggest one, I bet. Hey, the biggest donation today is $10. So who is going to beat the $10 donation for the lucky number 13? I agree, Irving. I think the number 13 donation should be the biggest one of the day. Could be $130. Could be your favorite wide receiver, $81. Could be $88. Big Time says 313. If you flip it, Steven, you get the same donation. Hashtag Dan. Oh, I might have to settle for that, Big Time. That will be epic. Well, Irving, you would have lost that bet. I'm just saying, good thing I don't bet anymore. You would have lost because the 13th donation was not the biggest one, but it counts. And Big Time, you're the man. You donate a lot. Not only that, you interact. You're the man. I love you, Big Time. Appreciate it. We will donate $25 if you guys get Big O on the panel tonight. I would love to. I don't know if that's going to happen. I can reach out to him, but I don't know if that will happen. All right, look, 14 donations. Stetson O with the $5 donation. All right, we'll see now. Now we got to get to 20 donations. We're at 14. We might as well get to 20. Let's go. Let's go. Can we get to 20 donations today? I mean, look, here's the real reality. The real reality is every day I try to get to 100 likes and 25 donations. We're at 14 likes. We're at 41 we're at 41 likes. We're at 14 donations. All right, now that's what I try to do every day. Now, obviously, I'm not hitting it or have not hit that. Maybe Fitz 14. 14. 15 Jalen Phillips. I bet. $15 does make the biggest donation of the day. So the 15th donation could be $15. Let's go. Who's got it? Who's got it? 14 likes? No, 42 likes. 14 donations. Let's go. What do you guys got today? Shout out to you guys, the fans, for donating. It is awesome. You guys are great. 42 likes. I want to get 420 likes, though, Fantasy Fan Panel. Tonight, I want to have like 3,000 people watching and 300 likes. That is the goal tonight. So you guys need to share the link everywhere for tonight's show. Matter of fact, I'm going to give it to you guys right now. How about some $1 Tua donations? There we go. We could do that. We could do that. We could do $1 Tua donations. Let's go. Let's get 15 $1 donations. I'm ready for it. I'm ready because, hey, look, if we're at 14, right, and I'm trying to get 11 $1 donations gets us to the 25 single donations. I'm just saying that we could do it like that. Everybody donate $1 right now. Gets us to that. Gets us to it. Let's see here. Miami sports music. Share. Copy. There we go. Right there, guys. That is the link for tonight's show. Make sure you guys share it everywhere. All right, guys, 14 donations. Tuke says, I can't wait for the show tonight. I'm ready to hear some news. Would a Deshaun Watson trade right before the show start tonight cancel the meetup, or would you do it live on the channel? I think everybody would probably want to go to their own channel, but I would try to get everybody to come on my channel to do it on there. I think it would be awesome. My hope is that they would still come on, but I would get if they didn't. But I start the show and it happens live, that would be awesome. But I don't know if a trade is happening at 9 p.m. at night, Eastern Standard Time. That would be interesting, though. That would be amazing. And breaking on Miami sports music, Mr. 305, what's up? Guys, 14 donations today so far, total donations, single donations. The goal is 25. Let's get $1 donations in, and we get to the goal of 25 single donations today. And if you guys want to donate more, I'm not going to be mad at you. I'm not going to stop you. But $1, if everybody right now donated $1, it gets us to the 25 goal. It gets us to the 25 goal. Can we do it? I bet you guys can't do it. You guys aren't about that life. What am I talking about? You guys can't do that. You guys can't do that. You know, you guys can't get to 50 likes. We're at 43. Can't get to 50 likes. I'm just saying. Guys aren't about that life. That's okay, though. I know guys aren't about that life. We saving a little to donate to the rest of the squad. All right, come on. One more big donation. Get us the Jalen Phillips 15 at 15 donations, and let's go. Come on, one more. Who's got the biggest donation of the day? $10 is the biggest donation of the day. Who is getting us on that? Who's beating that today? Another good day, Duke Tomlinson. Australia beat Argentina 2-0 this morning in Olympic soccer. Mr. Miami 305, what's good, homie? Hope all is well with you, brother. 3 times. Guys, this is the end of the show if you're on. Right now, we are at the telethon portion of today's show, where we're asking you to hit that like button if you haven't hit it already, and also donate to the channel here on Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. This is the what is it? The PBS portion. Everybody spam Big O today and tell him to unblock me. Let's see here. Yeah, but see, then you guys are going to come on my channel and give him, if he comes on my channel, you guys are going to give him crap on my channel. I am on as a guest. Chef Juice says share, subscribe, like, share, and become a member today. Guys, tonight's show, you will not be able to chat. You'll be able to watch, but you will not be able to chat in the chat box unless you are a member only. Okay? So let me get 2 new members right now. There we go. Instead of getting that next donation, let's get 2 new members to the channel. So who's up here that's not a member that's on here all the time, guys? Duke, you need to be a member. Pete, Mr. Miami 305. Let's go, guys. I'm just saying. I had to kink my neck. Let's go, guys. 14 donations. I'm waiting for one more. Then I'll get off. One more donation, 7 more likes, and 2 more signups. And then I promise I won't ask for anything more the rest of the day. Oh, it's all good, Miami football talk. Let's go. Look at all these people in the window. Come on, y'all. Join. Your seat is waiting. Look at all these people in here. Guys, look. Estefan, Stetson, Miami football talk, Chris Johnson, Chef's Jew. I mean, these guys, you guys can be just like them. I can be Agent M. Remember Men in Black 2? I can be Agent M. All right, man. Let's all right. Nothing. Nobody. Not a 3. We had it going there for a minute. We had it going there for a minute, and then the train stopped. That is okay. That is okay, guys. All right, look, I love you all. Y'all are the best. Was hoping to get one more donation to hit it even 15. But tonight, I need you all to be on at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be good times. So make sure you guys do this. And Miami Football Talk, I will call you when I'm able to. I have a few things I got to take care of today. So if I don't get around to it today, remind me tomorrow, and I'll definitely call you tomorrow. But yeah, it's been a little bit crazy. Duke Tomlinson says, take care from the down under. My good friend Duke from out in Australia. Out in the down under. All right. I appreciate the love, guys. You guys are the best. Steven, I will love Will Smith, The Rock. I love Will Smith. The Rock sucks with summer movies. What? So random. Let's see here. All right, guys. Y'all be good. If you're not going to be good, be great. And as always, I love you. And guys, again, tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check it out. I love you guys. Fins up.